Hello all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you are, whenever you're reading this, or watching this, I should say. Welcome to BrigadeCon 2015. This is Within the Ring of Fire, The Hunt. We have an illustrious cast of catalysts here today. Feel free to check out BrigadeCon.org. BrigadeCon, of course, if you are interested and willing, can donate to Child's Play charity. Give kids in hospitals and other medical institutions games, video games, other toys and things to help them just take their mind off of being in an unfortunate place and no doubt an unfortunate situation. So great charity. But let me hand things over to our players. Caius, why don't we start with you, since you are left on my lower bar there.
Okay, hello, my name's Caius. I'm playing from Seville in Spain in Europe, and I don't have any blog or channel to plug, but I'm really looking forward to playing part in this game. I've never played Within the Ring of Fire before, so I'm a newbie, but hopefully I'm in safe hands and really looking forward to it. I'll pass it on to the next guy,
Michael?
Zach.
Oh, Zach. Okay.
Sorry, whoever.
No, whoever. Sorry, Zach.
Guys muted. All right. So I'm Zach. I don't know. What do you want? I don't think you need to know anything about me, right? I guess if you're like watching this and you're like, wow, there's some cool stuff going on in this world, you can check out my blog. It is inthehandsofangrygods.tumblr.com, and I've done an entry for all 77 plus the dead one, 77 divinities of Within the Ring of Fire plus all the dead ones. In addition to some other miscellaneous stuff. Right now it's dormant, but I am planning some exciting stuff to come in the future, so that should be starting soon. So I don't know, if you care about this stuff, then you can check it out. If not, whatever, that's fine. You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Michael?
Okay. Hello, folks out there in the world. I'm Michael Petrelli. Don't really have a blog or anything to plug. I do have a YouTube channel, but I don't really use it for much, except for like the odd video here and there. But I guess if you want to follow me, look for What Is Life 42 on YouTube. And yeah, that's me. So hopefully you enjoy the game, and you'll get to see the full savagery of the lizardman hordes Within the Ring of Fire.
Okay.
I guess it's Samantha.
I'm Samantha. I'm from Southwest Arkansas. I am also a newbie to this game. I've never even heard of it until recently, so we'll see how this goes. So hopefully I don't just die right off. That would be awful, but we'll see.
No, you'll all be fine. Nothing will happen. All those combat skills mean nothing. Okay. So, begin opening the scene. With, you can imagine the camera, you're watching a movie, cresting over a snow-covered hill, overlooking an open plain of partially melted snow, a tundra landscape on the outskirts of a great pine forest. It's morning. The lights, or the rays of the sun creeping in. Dawn, its pink light having just vanished from the sky. We see a sight that is unusual in this region of the world, Nifland, the center of K'Vega Thale, where it is cold at all times. Travelers from all directions, from all locations, have gathered in this one spot this day. Nyjakkthi's day, the day of melting ice. You see our catalysts assembled, along with many other strange species. Humans of multiple different tribes, multiple ethnicities. Freyeen, golden-skinned fey creatures. Strange anthropomorphic cats. Ectomies. Humanoid spiders. Also, even a twill, a anthropomorphic fly creature covered in bristling hairs, its compound eyes scanning the scene, the crowd, in an inscrutable sort of gaze. But you have all gathered here. This is an event that does not happen but once every 100 cycles. You've traveled, some of you, farther than others, to the abode of the avatar, or so it is said, of Nyjakkthi, god of valor, of woodsmen, of carpentry, of lumberjacks. Meab-Tyhapa Vikor, great troll, great ogre warrior, it is said, has hosted this, as he has done for many, 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 many cycles. You see, after some time passes, an immensely powerful man, beet red skin, completely hairless. It is cold. As I've said, it is always cold. Wearing no shirt, completely unadorned, not in armor, not garbed in weaponry. If this is indeed the warrior man you have been led to believe, emerges from a log cabin which has been intricately carved with numerous murals, statues, imagery all along the length of the building. He takes out a great post of wood, a log which has been carved from top to bottom, depicting some scene of his latest exploits, felling one of the foul oak trolls, which hopefully you will be able to share in the glory of. Takes a moment. He addresses you assembled. There's not a huge number, despite the varying species present. After all, even just to get here is quite a difficult journey. And the hunt hasn't even begun. Brothers, sisters, fellow warriors, seekers of strength, courage, and valor, I recognize some of your faces. Some are new. On this glorious day, we are gathered here once again to hunt the foul fathers and mothers of occultism. We venture out to make sure this world is safe from their foul depredations, and to test our mettle, our courage, and our strength of arm against their wickedness, who would see this world plunged into darkness. He scans the crowd. Frayne, human, wolf fey, he says with a bit of a disapproving intonation. Sirouche, you have all come far. Tell me, each of you in turn, what is it that brings you here? You seek base reward? Do you seek personal glory, strength? Is it conviction which drives you? Greed? Fear? I care not, but I would see and hear with your own tongues what lies within your heart before this hunt is to begin. He comes up to you, Tayuri, as a fellow ogre. What clan are you, fellow child of rage? Koval.
I am Juri Koval of the Koval clan. This 8-foot-tall red monster, pacing up and down all the time. He's breathing deeply in the cold winter's air and enjoying, relishing being up here in the cold winter. The winter has at last passed, and the thaws are setting in. I have been snowbound for too long. My rage has been growing all winter. I need release, and the only thing that can release me is a hunt for the ancient enemy, the trolls. I need release. I need to find them. All my life I have been painting pictures of the troll hunts of old. You have been part of those pictures, and now I want to paint my own part in the history of our people, he says, and spits again on the ground, and looks round for a challenge.
He nods respectfully and impressed at your words. Perhaps you will, Tayuri Koval. And what of you, human?
What of me? What would you know? You see a massive man. I mean, obviously, compared to the ogres, he's not massive. But I mean, for a human, he's a pretty big dude. I mean, he's like 6'2". He's like 270 pounds. If you want to think of if you're familiar with Deadwood, you want to think of the Captain. He's like that sort of dude. He's really powerfully built. But, I mean, he's not like a bodybuilder. He's just like the sort of guy who's like, he's naturally just a huge dude. He's got a massive bear pelt that's wrapped over his shoulders. That the head is still attached, but it's back behind. It's a sort of hood, and the bear pelt wraps around him. Otherwise, he's covered mostly with different wrappings of fabric. There are different kinds of fabrics. some are woolen, some are more like cotton or linen, and they're all wrapped around. They're all stained and gross. Like you can't, like, some of it seems like it's bloodstained, some of it seems like it's food. You can't really tell what they are, but like they're all different colors. All the stains that are up and down his body. You can see like some of the hairs coming off of his chest, like sticking through some of the wrappings. He's got really long dreadlocked hair, which is also matted, and like you could tell that there's kind of like there's all kinds of nasty stuff inside the dreadlocks. Like, I mean, he's using like mud and like blood and stuff like that to bend his hair together to get it to hold together. He's also got a big beard. He's missing a bunch of his teeth. You can see that his fingernails are about like half an inch long, and it looks like he tried to sharpen them. And he stands next to a massive bear. And this bear is like the most beautiful bear you've ever seen. It's got like this rich, glorious pelt. It's actually got a little necklace around its neck with like some claws hanging off of it. She's got like beautiful white teeth, beautiful deep brown eyes, and she's just standing there chilling with him. And so he says to the ogre, "My name is Wasali of the Prost. I do not know if you know of my family, my people, but I am here because it seems like it would be a good time. It seems like the hunt is good, and we shall honor the relationship my divinity and yours has. You know, we must work together to take down the troll. We will have fun.
And he likewise nods, understanding the as if the bear companion wasn't enough. For one, theologically inclined to know whom you follow. Indeed. An interesting switch. One would expect our species to be reversed.
Well, you see, there are many things in this, for my species, you know. We have many, we have, you know, some who follow your divinity, some who follow mine, some who follow Pelgin and are fools, and, you know, this is how it goes. I don't know about your people.
You will need Moo's rage. The strength he provides, if it is he whom you give homage. Let his whispers through the growls of your animal, through the chasm of your heart, to guide you. Well, the way is dangerous, but perhaps you will prevail.
Of course we will.
It comes up to you, Deirdre. One of your kind I have not yet seen in these hunts. Not that your people are typically friend to trolls. I am most curious. What brings you to my hall, Wolf Bay?
I'm here for the glory.
And there's much to be had if you are successful. He eyes your weaponry.
I am a Mihangi. I am I guess your typical. I look like your typical Mihungi, only that I'm about 6'1". From what I've heard about weight, I'm a lightweight. I weigh about 128 pounds.
Yeah.
I carry around 2 hand axes that are strapped to my sides, and I mainly just wear leather armor, and I'm not cold at this point.
He's definitely.
And
Go ahead. Sorry.
And I don't back down from him. I stand my ground. I don't care that he's looking at me in disgust. I'm very proud of who I am and what I am.
Good. He sees that you don't back down from his imposing figure. Likewise, Sarush, I have not seen in these northern lands. You are far from the horde.
Yes, I am. To describe myself for you. Seeing me for the first time, it probably would have been very hard to tell exactly what a Sarush actually looks like, even with him showing up, if it weren't for like the open face of this mass, like a literal like mass of like layers and layers of like furs just piled on and mismatched and all over it. It's almost like he just has like a full like three layers of robes just piled on of different mismatching size and furs and pelts stitched together. But his hands come up, and they're clawed, green molted scaled hands, and they pull back the hood for the moment. And one can see a sort of like, imagine sort of like a Komodo dragon sort of like head, molted green scales. The left eye has been clawed out and horribly scarred, as one that's, and the one good eye that's yellow just sort of stares out, and the tongue flicks as he tastes the air. I am Tital Sarak, once of the Great Horde. I come here in search of redemption.
Whatever sin you have committed, if you succeed in ridding the world of this ancient evil, this undying abomination, I am certain your soul will be cleansed from whatever it is which stains it. Looks again, appraising you for one moment. Good. I have heard and I have seen evidence of a troll, an adolescent, not yet reached maturity, to the north, in the Whispering Woods, beyond the frozen reaches of Nifland. You must travel across the frozen sea to find your quarry. Go. If you are successful, return with the corpse or evidence of this troll's destruction. You will each of you find what it is that you seek. And he takes from standing against a post nearby. It's a great woodsman's axe. Doesn't look like a, it's not like your hand axe. It doesn't look like a, an axe that's meant to be used for combat. But it is clearly well worn. And there are many notches along its wooden haft. He makes a motion as if to make a mighty one-handed chop above each of you. I give unto each of you hunters the blessing of Nyjakkthi for this holy undertaking. And you actually feel, some of you see, as the melting ice hanging from the rafters of this building scintillate and drip, causing the light of the sun to refract and reflect. Some measure of potence flowing through this mighty ogre into you. Though you're not sure what that means or what that is, but you feel something.
That is not warmth. That is something. Yes.
The trolls are creatures of magic, and you will need mysticism in order to overcome their defenses. Well, they are not of this world, and because they are not of this world, they must be eradicated. And you each reflect and bask in what is to be a great undertaking. Even those among you who are very, very cold, unhappy with the temperature here, feel an excitement, an electricity of sorts buzzing through you. But unfortunately, that was almost 3 chains ago. And as the scene changes immediately to an empty, frozen steppe, icy plains, white and white and white as far as the eye can see. It appears to be, it's so difficult to tell. There's a haze, a mist of just white fog, as the snow is so cold and so fine, it's almost like flour. It's been, how many days has it been? 25, maybe? You're not sure. But you've been traveling northeast from your original point of departure over the frozen sea. It's been very hard. Food has been almost non-existent. Your meager supplies, some of which having been provided for you as part of this hunt, you have a small sled filled with as much provisions as you are able, being dragged by 2 strange creatures that look like a cross between like a woolly tapir. Some native creature of this region. It has wide toed feet and a sort of elongated snout, which twitches and moves as it senses and smells the gusts of cold. But you have been traveling for a very long time. You think it can't be too much longer. Hopefully only a few remaining days. And as you are tending to the dying embers of a campfire, I hand it over to you. It's empty, and it's been empty for a long time.
I am close to the fire. I'm as close to the fire as possible. The fur's unfurled enough as though I'm trying to capture the heat in warming my belly, warming my scales. And it's not the first time, nor will it probably be the last time that you've seen this thing, that when the fire goes up, I've been close to it, as though I'm wishing to scorch myself in it. I need my blood to flow, but it flows so slow. I'm so slow, so cold here, and so hungry. There have been a few times I've looked at my companions, and all I've wanted is to just eat them, feel their warmth in my gullet. But not yet. Maybe that hunger will be enough to drive me, enough to desperation to survive against this trial. But I sit there, attempting to warm myself amongst the dying embers for just a moment longer before we must move again across barren wastes, where there must be nothing to eat.
So, a question of clarification: are we on the lake of ice?
Yes.
Oh, okay. If we, any of you ever heard of ice fishing? You know, we cut a hole in the ice and we stick our hand in there and we pull something out and we eat it. Shall we do that?
Of course I've heard of ice fishing. Do you think I'm stupid? Do you think all ogres are stupid?
Of course not, brother. I do not know what you know. I simply say, you know, we are hungry. Either we eat these beasts who pull our sled, or we dig, or we eat you know, the lizard over here.
Digging will warm me up. I will dig.
All right, and so I'm gonna grab my bone axe. It's really crude. It's like it looks like it's a hip bone that basically was sharpened and attached to a different bone. I mean,
Okay.
so I'm gonna take that, and we're gonna like try to clear away some of the snow and hack into the ice.
Do you have any grades in outdoorsman?
I do have some in outdoorsman. I don't have waterman. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna call this outdoorsman for the moment. You're trying to, you know, dig, puncture a hole in the ice without, you know, breaking the whole thing.
I'll help.
I'll add my expertise to what he does, or I can lead the work as well. I've got outdoorsman.
Yes, it's, you know, any one of you can
All right.
sort of take the lead and you know, try to assist.
Do you want to roll?
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled really poorly, so I
And
got
how
a
do we
12.
roll again?
Move out of the way, human. Let an ogre do it.
So yeah, I'm trying to scrape.
No, I
scrape
do
away.
even worse. I get a total of 9.
Okay, so I beat you. All right.
Okay.
Okay, and how do we roll again? I don't know how this works.
So there is on the left-hand side, there's a little orange circle with a D6 and a D4. In there it says Dice Stream. If you click on it, you'll see on the right a bunch of dies, and you can click.
You're talking about on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you
Okay, I found it.
you can. Yep.
Mine didn't show on my screen, did it?
No, it did.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
You can clear it once you roll it, which looks like you've done.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, we're like scraping away the snow,
Right.
and then I'm just like swinging my axe into it, like basically not really like knowing what I'm doing because I haven't ice fished. I know what it is, kind of, but I haven't done it.
And
So-
your
Trying to get the dice.
what's that?
Dice. I'm still trying to figure out how to roll dice.
2d8s.
2d8s.
Do you see the dice stream?
Yeah, I've got it up now.
There you go.
There you go.
There it is.
So,
So you
A
take
3 and a 4.
that total, and you add that total, so you're 7. Add that, add however many grades in outdoorsman you have, and also add whatever your stat rating for outdoorsman is.
I think it's
Enlightenment.
enlightenment.
I think it's enlightenment as well.
All right, so
That would be 13.
Okay. Excellent. So yeah, your hip bone axe / pickaxe just clunks repeatedly against the ice, and it's deep, very thick sheet of ice which covers the lake, and your meager bone axe just can't even cut it. You're trying, eager to try and pierce through, to no avail, and unfortunately, Tayuri, you've never ice fished before. You've never been in this climate at all, and you puncture through the ice, but it just sort of like cracks and sort of doesn't give a clean and neat hole to put a line through. And given your prodigious size and weight, you're worried you might fall in. But Irdri, you're more than able to set up a fishing hole. If you guys no doubt have rope and some means to do that, so you are you have.
Oh, I mean, I was just gonna stick my hand in there.
Oh well, you
Yeah.
you always can do that.
I was.
Yeah.
All right, so I come over
there's a
and I
nice
push
hole.
Deirdre out of the way, and I just
I
like shove
push
my
him
hand in
back.
the water.
I'm just watching them. I'm still at the fire. I haven't moved from the fire at all. I'm just watching them with my one eye, and my tongue tasting the air. And I'm like almost like looking intently as they're pushing amongst themselves, as though waiting for an opportunity that maybe one of them will fall. Maybe I can eat one of them.
I shove him back, like, don't shove me.
Well, I mean, I'm already going down to just stick my arm into the water because I'm trying to catch a fish or a shrimp or something. I know that there are shrimp out here. I know this is a catastrophically bad idea, but
No, I know. You've never felt anything as cold as this. And in fact, when you put your hand in there, make me a conditioning cold roll, as this is how this isn't frozen. This water seems impossible. It feels colder than the ice itself, which doesn't make sense to you, but.
No.
18.
Oh, okay. Well, you're fine. The fires of Mool burn within you, despite this
He'll
icy
just rage
cold.
his way through.
But you don't feel anything. You don't. You can't really see anything. It's lightless depths below. You flail around searching for something, shrimp, fish, whatever. And all you feel is cold, cold, and more cold.
I cannot find anything. It's cold down there. But that is all I can find.
It's ice.
Why don't you shove your head in there, Mihangi? Bring something up, yeah?
I'm not shoving my hand in ice. I'm not that stupid.
Come on. How else are you going to catch something? You go in there and
You've obviously never
for
fished.
the flavor of. That is true, but this is how I do it. How else would you do it?
I've had fishing. That's how you fish. You fish with rope and a hook, or something similar to a hook. Not that I have one. And it requires
so
patience.
So the fish run into the hook?
No, they bite it.
This seems strange.
No,
You're strange.
the little axeman speaks the truth. I have painted pictures of fishing. I know all about it.
Yes. You stick your arm down there. Catch something for us.
No, it's not. It's not hands. It's a line and a hook.
Oh, okay. I see. So what makes the fish want to come to the hook? I mean, the hook can't grab the fish like my hand.
You need a shiny hook. They like shiny hooks.
Ah, I see. This must be why my hand did not work. It is not shiny.
And you move around way too much.
Well, I tried to grab it. This is how it must work, right?
No.
Just show me.
I am showing you. You're just not paying attention.
Ah, I see. Mm. Listen, boy, you stick your hand in there. We do not have time for the sitting and hoping a fish sees the shiny thing.
A question to Nick: Have we seen
Yes.
any? Have we seen any birds, any wildlife whilst we've been travelling, or
Not
any animals?
not any birds for the past few days. Some close to the outskirts. You have seen a few of these beasts, which are pulling your sled, but you haven't been able to get close. And Airdrie, your attempts at archery have not been successful so far because it's very flat. At least here, it's very flat. There's not a lot of cover to get the drop on any quarry or any prey. So you've mainly been subsisting off of your provisions so far. You haven't seen any birds in the past 2 days. There isn't any vegetation here that you've seen. This place seems completely inhospitable.
I mean, if we found vegetation on a frozen lake, it would be kind of odd, wouldn't it?
It would. But give me a perception check, or if anyone has any grades in Waterman, you can roll that.
Let's see here.
So on the rolls again, it's the 2d8 plus the grade, and then what else?
The stat rating for whatever the appropriate stat is.
Okay.
It should say that on the to the left of the skill grade.
Yeah, I found it. I rolled 2 4s. I have 14 in perception.
Okay. Very good.
And it's got hearing on the forte.
Okay. Hearing would not apply here, but
Okay.
that's fine. With a 14, did anyone have anything else, or anyone wishes? Zach, there's a perception roll or a waterman roll if you have it.
You're muted, Zach.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Eyes of Ahriman. We're kicking it with perception here.
Okay.
So we have 16.
Nice. Okay, so the both of you, as you're both closest to the hole in the ice anyway, arguing about how best to get some form of sustenance from this place. Both of you see the water become, it is agitated, ripples, more so than that which caused from you flailing your hand about. But perhaps perhaps that has been more of a help than you realize, as you see the water move and churn and sort of become more agitated. And you see a shape come up really quickly from beneath the depths, and it bursts through. The hole in the ice was pretty small, and its body bursts through the rest of the ice. You see that you're not sure what it is immediately. This creature, this arthropod, this exoskeleton creature with a wicked beak and claws, strange feelers which end in fibrous gossamer tips, emerge out, and it lets out this sort of chittering kind of screech noise. And it is going to try to attack you, Mr. Prost. Unfortunately, I don't have combat music, which is more's the pity. But
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
This is a good.
Yeah.
He rolled an 8, so 8s explode. He rolls another die, which is good for you. As this thing comes through, you're completely unawares, arguing about how to fish. You put in your hand. You need a hook. You need this type of hook, and it's only at the last moment you see the water move and this creature emerge, rushing through as if like some sort of creature going to snatch up prey. That's what it is. Okay.
No, I got a 24. So.
24. Okay. Okay. You more than adeptly get out of the way of this creature. You're absolutely not expecting it. You were talking about shrimp, and that's what this appears to be. But this is a crustacean. This is not a small, easily edible thing, but clearly some form of predator in these frozen wastes. It is a little bit over 10 feet long. It looks like half its body is still in the water, but its massive claws, and it's not like a normal shrimp, which has the sort of mandibles. This has a wicked pick-like beak at the end of its carapaced face. And at that point, I'm going to ask all of us to roll reaction, which is is on the front page of your character's sheet.
Yeah,
It is
this
under
thing's going
traits.
down.
Okay.
Just roll another 8.
Wow.
Dang, man. Mool
my
is with
reaction's
you.
right.
Apparently.
18.
I seem to like to roll doubles.
It's good, as long as they're not double ones. That's good.
Yeah, true. I have a 16.
12 for me.
18, 16, 12. Okay, that's not good for me.
16 for me.
16s. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I should roll for my bear.
Yes.
Oof.
Forgot about your bear.
Don't forget about the bear.
It's my wife. Don't forget about my wife.
Oh, there is a thought about it.
Times
I'm surprised nobody thought about eating
That's
her.
14. Yeah, that wouldn't fly. She got 14.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. All right. Appropriately enough, Wasili, you back away from this thing. You see, talking about trying to find something, and then boom, there it is. Though not in the manner in which you perhaps intended. This massive shrimp lobster creature. It's deep blue coloration with sort of a sheen of purple to it, as if the shell of the creature is there's some sort of I don't know what the word is. There's some sheen to it. And it's scuttling, trying to get onto the ice itself to scrabble about and go for you. It did not get its first shot. No doubt what it had hoped for.
Does it have like pincers?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna. Well, first I'm gonna call it Marta, food, over to my bear, and then I am going to run over and I'm just gonna try to bring my axe up and just just hack right into one of its pincer arms.
Okay.
So let's see what we got here. Oh no! That's probably not gonna happen. So that's 10.
Oh. 10 will not do it. Unfortunately.
All right. So yeah.
This. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I swing in and but it's flailing around all crazy trying to get up onto the ice, so it's really hard to predict where it's actually gonna go. So I swing down, but right as I swing down, it's kind of flails out of the way and brings its pincer back up, and then kind of like leans over and starts staring at me while I'm missing, and like my motion is throwing me down towards the ice.
Deirdre.
So would I be using both? Am I on mute?
No, you're here.
No.
We can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So I have two weapons. Would I use both of them at the same time?
You can't use both of them at the same time. Given your advantages and whatnot, you can use your two hand axes at the same time, but you can't use your bow and your melee weapon in the same round. But
Right, I understand
you can
that.
choose right now to engage it in melee, or if you want to try and take a shot at it, you absolutely can do either.
I'll just engage in melee.
Okay. So you can make 2 attacks, as I think you also have lightning draw.
I do.
You can make 2 attacks, one with your main hand and one with your offhand with the axes, given the way you've trained to fight.
Okay, and on that, do I just, where the pluses are, just add those to it?
Yes, that's you don't have to look up back to stats or anything. That your bonus to your roll here is all calculated. Just add those numbers.
The 7 and 4 is what I rolled, not the. Not the 5574.
No, I got it.
Okay, so
Okay, let me roll 2 defenses, but you're gonna attack me with 2 attacks. I would imagine.
right. First one's 24.
24. Okay. What is your boost number?
Is that the one that the attack?
It's
Yes,
it's the last number. So there's like a number, a
5.
slash.
Yeah, it should be attack, then damage, then armor, surpass, then boost on your.
Yeah.
The boost is a 5.
Okay, you boost once on this thing. Are you going to attack with your offhand weapon as well, or are you going to put all your strength into that one mighty blow?
I figured I'd go ahead and use my offhand.
Okay. Oh,
nice.
Okay, roll 2 more dice. Excellent. Wow, we're starting early with the double 8s. Perhaps you will indeed have food this.
1.
But still, okay. Wow. All right. Well, that's definitely gonna beat me. You already boosted once on me.
So
And
do I
it got
even
a
need to
10
figure
plus.
that up?
So you're at 20 plus whatever your attack bonus is.
32.
32. You boost on 5. Okay. Okay. You boosted twice. You boosted 3 times in one round. Okay. What is the damage from those
They're
weapons?
both 6s.
Okay, 12, 13, 14, 15. What's the armor surpass?
1s.
Okay. Okay. So amazingly, well, you can describe it. You actually make a pretty significant wound into this thing, which seems difficult as this thing is armored from, it's the entire surface of its body is covered in some sort of chitinous material. But how did you do that?
How tall is it?
How tall is it?
Yes. Like, can I reach its head, or am
Yeah.
I better off aiming at its chest area, or what?
It's like a cross between a shrimp and a lobster.
So
Only
basically, I have
really.
to avoid pincers in order to even get anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you are successful against a lot, so.
As I go into attack, I raise both my hand axes and just, I guess you could say, look for an opening in order to try to get past the pincers. I find that opening, and then I go in for the face and kind of bash his face in.
Wow. All right. You do, and yeah, you're up there. You see, there's a lot of its mouth, that whole area, around the eye stalks and around where that beak is making those disconcerting noises. The shell is a little thinner here, and you're able to sink your axe deep. And there's still a crunch as like taking a nutcracker to a crab. That sound of shell being broken and crunched. Wow. Okay. Very good. Tayuri. You see, this all happens in an instant.
Turi was looking the other way, looking for birds when this thing came crashing out of the water, and he turns round with a look of delight on his face and turns to the humans and says, "Well done, fisher human. Seafood is my favourite." And because he's an insane warrior, he makes a charging attack. He's going to try and run up the back of the shrimp lobster thing and bring his ogre iron claymore down between some cracks in its shell.
I love it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
The roll. I don't actually know what to add to this one.
So you'll do your roll, and where it says attack, there should be a plus
7.
Plus 7. Okay.
Yes. So that's 17 plus my strength, or not? Or
it should be added in.
It's all added in.
Okay.
It's all added in.
17.
Okay. So you run forward, just eager to get in and fell this creature. So the first, food you've seen beyond your actual companions who would put up a fight. You try to bring your massive sword down, and you almost find purchase. There's a bit of a groove where the sort of thorax meets the head, but unfortunately it sticks for just a second, but then glances off. It does leave a little bit of it chips the carapace, but doesn't.
It got attacked 3 times, doesn't it?
That's right. Sorry. Yeah. So every time, how do I word it? You get a +1 for every attack that has been made against whatever it is you're attacking this round. So
as long as it was attacked, or you get +1 for each other attack against it.
Yes.
So
right.
Since there were 3 attacks on it, you get a +3.
Exactly. So
right.
with that extra, because you only needed 1 more, you actually succeed in doing what you do. So I'll let you describe it. Sorry, I didn't think you succeeded, but now you.
Oh, no.
So.
I didn't know whether I had or not. So, with a mighty cry to Mool, he goes and drives his mighty ogre claymore in between a chink in the plates on the thing's back, and drives it deep down in, and does just the damage plus an insane attack would be 16 damage.
Wow. Okay. So its armor is massive, but you are more so, and you feel.
Oh, there's an armor surpass of 1 as well.
Okay.
And what does the boost? I don't understand the boost. There's a 7 boost.
So,
I don't know what that does.
So for every
7 you beat there.
So say if my defense roll, I rolled, my total defense was a 10, and you rolled a 17, you're 7 higher than what you needed, you would boost.
So you get another.
You would do extra damage. You would do another point of damage.
Okay, but I didn't get that one.
You didn't, but you still really get in on this thing. There's initially resistance. You pierce the little bit of your sword into the carapace, and then it feels like it's really hard to push it through any further. But you use your ogre strength, and you put all your weight onto this thing, and you
screaming as I force it down.
Okay. Okay. What is the name of your bear again?
Marta.
Marta.
All right.
All right, Marta.
So she's running over. She sees the commotion, and she's gonna just straight up come over to the side and just claw it in the side, try to bat it down. Oh,
oh my God.
Good God, man.
We really are hungry.
attack. Okay. 30.
Okay. You succeed. You don't boost, but you do succeed.
So that's 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay, so the bear. Well, you describe it. Sorry.
Okay. Well,
It's a
how badly
glancing-
was he wounded?
Not much. Most of the shell takes most of it.
Okay. All right. So she comes over, and she sees me and Irdra like fighting up in front, like hacking at the pincers in the face, and she sees Tiri, sorry, up on the top, like hitting it, and so she comes over and she just like tries to smack it right in the side, like clawing right at the side of its head while it's occupied up in front, and her massive like gigantic claws dig through and start to cut through the massive carapace of the thing. I mean, she's not completely successful, but she can smell the blood of this thing, and she gets excited by that because she's hungry too.
You all are. And most certainly you are, to tell Sirach.
Yes, I am. I smelt the blood. I taste it. I can taste it in my mouth. I want it so bad. I actually drop the furs, and I charge it. All I feel is the hunger, and I go for it. I go for the eyes. I actually leap at it. Claws outstretched, my fangs open. I've dropped the furs. All you see right now is like very like completely green scaled naked lizard man just running across the ice, claws and fangs, and a long whip-like tail just whipping along the way before leaping outward for it. Now, I actually have an advantage because that gives me an extra amount of bonus to my attack since so many people have been attacking it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm actually going to be rocking an additional +6 to whatever I roll. Oh God. Unfortunately, it was wasted.
How high is its defense capacity?
It's enough to do.
Okay.
It's enough. That's all we need to know.
But it really, actually, it doesn't seem like it is with all these 8s. Defense capacity is nothing against all these 8s.
Let's see here, 23, so 29.
Okay, what do you boost on?
Since I'm assuming I'm using claws here, since I'm like leaping up and trying to gouge into its eyes, it boosts on 5. No, wait. No, it boosts on 7. My bad. Sorry.
Okay, what did you get again? Sorry.
I got 29.
29. You boost once.
Yep. Okay. Cool. So that's 9 damage going right to the eyeballs as I just leap up and breathe out a nice little hissing sort of scream, like.
You have any armor surpass?
Nope. My claws do not.
Okay, so you rake in and you can hear, all of you can hear the sound of these claws raking against that smooth carapace, like a needle being scraped on glass. Unfortunately, its armor is just so thick that despite your hunger and your ferocity, you absolutely should have, if this creature were soft and fleshy like anybody else here, they would have been gone. But it's a thick shell.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now it is my turn, and having been heavily injured by the ogre, but the ogre, you're on, and not easy for me to get to you, but it is easy for me to get to the wolf. Go ahead.
My insane attack gives me a -4 to fence. So maybe after doing that, I fall off and I'm slightly sort of wobbling around in front of it.
Sure, I appreciate taking playing up negative aspects as well. So it will go for you, and let's see if we can make this cinematic. Roll me a defense.
Just plus my defense.
So that should be on the first page.
Yep, I've got it.
Okay.
So
13.
13 plus 3, 16. 11, 14.
Okay, so even with your insane attack knocking you sort of off balance a little bit, you're still easily able to get out of the way of this creature. It's clearly a little bit more cumbersome, having probably wanted to snatch and grab one of you and then drag you back down beneath the depths. Maybe this thing is not all that proficient on land, or maybe it's just that you outclass this thing by a great deal. That is all I can do. So, Vasily.
All right. Okay, so that I'm still swinging with my axe, so that is going to be 9 and 6. So that's 15.
Okay. So I got 16. What did you get? 15 or 16?
15.
Okay, so you're it's very close. It looks like it's very close.
So yeah, it swings forward to attack Cherry, but right before I'm just swinging up, and then I can't. It swings forward to attack Thierry, and then it starts sliding back into the ice a little bit, and as I swing up, I completely miss it, and I curse Mool as he is not helping me on this day. I say, I don't curse Mool, but I say, Mool, Mool, why have you forsaken me here?
Okay. Idri.
I'm going to try to attack his face again. That seemed to work for me last time.
I keep rolling a 4.
That would
3. 16.
I have a 17.
Okay. Amazingly enough. Okay. What is the damage that you do to me?
6 on the first one.
Okay. What was the armor surpass? Is 1?
1.
Okay. Are you going to use the?
I was going to use my offhand.
Okay, so you can do that.
22.
Okay. Okay. Success. No boosts.
And that's a 6.
Okay. Okay. So you not as deep as before, but you definitely land a hit though. It's a bit more of a glancing blow, so you can describe that.
As I go to use both hands again to hit it about the same spot that I hit last time, I kind of slip a little bit, and it kind of glances just a little bit to the side.
Okay. But nevertheless, you see ichor. The blood seems to be a pale violet color, dripping down this creature's what passes for a face, dripping from those mandibles and from that beak, and staining the clear ice of this frozen lake. Tayuri.
Sayuri, from his last blow, is covered with some of this violet blood ichor, and he goes and licks it off his hand and goes, I'm going to enjoy this meal, and goes in for another attack.
Suppress.
One other. So, sorry, 11 plus 7, 18.
I rolled 17.
Oh, so it's not an insane attack this time. It's just a normal one. He's aiming at a chink between the scales. He finds one and delivers another 12 points of damage with his massive ogre iron.
Wow. What's the armor? It was 1 armor surpass?
1 armor surpass. Yep, surpass.
Okay. This armor is this shell is so thick it's absorbing a lot of the blow, but the more all of you are laying into this creature, the more it appears to be that defense is becoming less and less of a helpful option for it. As the wound is a sort of moderate pain for this creature, and it shrieks in that disconcerting pitch, and you can hear those like chittering noises woven into that shriek, whether it's some form of vocalization that means anything to its kind or it's just an insane wail of pain is impossible to know. Marta.
All right, since she's like over on the side of the beast, she's gonna try to clamp down right on the outside of the pincer, so like where the pincer meets the body, she's gonna try to bite down on it.
Got it.
And all right, so that is 13 plus bite is 20.
21, unfortunately.
Is that? Oh, so do I get the like? Does that count in all the extra attacks?
No. So okay, yeah, with that you're able to. Yeah, you definitely are able to.
So that's 12.
Down. Okay, 12. Any armor surpass? So I keep asking if it's armor surpass, and I probably
no.
Okay. So same situation as before, which is fine because you're mainly Bear's trying to keep this creature immobilized, which it does so for the moment. Titalsarak.
I've actually gotten really angry. That's this like claws skittering against its shell and everything like that. I'm quite angry.
You're right up in its face.
Oh yeah, I'm right up in its face. I'm like trying to claw at it and everything like that. I feel the rage oversuming. I just give myself into a berserker frenzy at this moment, and all I want to do is just rip it apart and eat it. So I'm in a rage now, and I actually have sudden strikes. So I'm gonna do 1 claw attack and then try to like just bite into it. So first attack is a claw, and let's see, come on, 9 plus
14
plus 21 plus 6 is 27.
Okay, what do you boost on?
I boost on 7 with the claw.
Okay, I got 14. What did you say you got?
27.
Oh, wow. Amazing. This is not good for this. Yeah, you boost once, but
yeah, I boost
almost
once,
twice.
So still only 9 damage though. So, but let's see what the bite does. Come on, work with me here.
13. You have to beat it.
Now let's find out. Bite, come on, don't fail, damn it. 24. And that boosts on 5.
You boost twice with the bite. To describe,
So that is actually 11. So
yeah, I'm gonna say all the damage. I don't think it really works this way, but that's okay. All the damage is gonna be, applied as 1. Okay.
So basically, it's at this point, it's just like screaming in this hissing, sort of spitting sort of sound into the high heavens. Just this claws digging and scraping against flesh, against carapace, just not finding any purchase, just skittering across it, and just in a wild frenzy, the fangs just open up and bite down into the closest thing, the closest taste of flesh and meat, and try to bite into where it's been, where it's already been injured by impact. And I don't know if it actually finds purchase or not in there, but the fangs actually start to try to dig in, and I'm just hanging on to its face, like a frenzied animal.
You're muted.
And this is not a situation this creature is familiar with in any way, shape, or form. Bizarre. You see this lizard man sinking its fangs into this beak face of this strange crustacean. It's both horrific and beautiful somehow at the same time. And this, you're right. This thing just lets out even more of a gurgling shriek, and it moves. It has no. It's like a lobster thing. It moves like the whole of its body. Of course, its one claws is staying in the one spot, having been grasped in the jaws of this powerful bear. As it moves away, some of its flesh and its fluids tear away, bits of shell dripping and falling from your powerful jaws. This thing tries to turn to escape back into the water. Before it does so, it'll try to bite you as you're right up in its in my face.
Okay, let's do this.
20.
Let's see. I only got 18, so it hits, which makes sense. I'm right there.
Amazingly. I do not boost. Okay. 11 damage, 2 armor, surpass.
Okay. Well, then it goes right through my hide. So 11 damage to me.
So point counterpoint. You take a bite out of it, and it takes a bite out of you, piercing through that thick, leathery hide, which has stood you in good stead against many a battle and horde. And when you thought you were cold before, but as it takes a chunk of flesh, a furrow of your meat out of your torso, the blood pours forth, more of that precious heat being expended, and steams as your red fluids hit the ice, and this thing moves away, trying desperately to escape back to the depths with its life. We are back at the top of the round, with Wasili.
All right, so I could feel the rage in my companions building.
Oh yeah.
And I can feel like there's blood on my face. There's blood in the air. We got lizard blood. We got shrimp blood. Everything. Yeah. There's the chaos is just molding together inside Wasili in a ball of pure fury, and so he takes his bloody hand and wipes it across his face, and he shouts, "More! Bless me and bless this strike!" And so he dives in and swings with his axe using the righteousness advantage.
Excellent.
So, and of course I rolled a 1. Congratulations. Thank you, Mo.
Oh, bless me!
So yeah, I get, that's 9 and 6, so that is 15. So yeah, thanks, Mo. You're great.
You
We will have tests of faith later.
Unfortunately, it's just it would have struck true if that if it hadn't have yanked its whole body away just before the axe blade came down. It for a split second longer you would have found purchase, but unfortunately not. However, given your righteousness, how much damage do you do with that axe?
8.
Okay. So you don't hit the creature though, but you do strike down deep with all your might. That mighty swing of righteous fury, of rage, as the smell of sweat, and blood, and strange animal ichor mix with the blowing of the wind, that heat, the fire of Mool, blocking out that icy chill of this frozen wasteland. You bring the axe blade down onto the frozen skin of this lake, sending cracks and fractures and splinters throughout its clear, translucent surface. And you cause a portion of the ice beneath this much larger than normal crustacean to undulate and move in a way that prevents this creature from gaining much purchase, and it is unable to. It'll be unable to continue its escape for this round. It'll take an extra round for it to get back into the water. So, Tayuri, you are precariously close to this new webbing of cracks forming beneath the ice, but it's not under you.
Did you skip me?
Did I?
Yes.
Sorry. No, you are up then. You are not as close to the fracturing ice though, which is good for you.
Where am I at this point? Because I know it moved. I don't think I'm in front of it anymore.
You are on the right. So you are on. I mean, you're adjacent to the pincer arm, the left pincer arm, which is still in the jaws of that bear.
So the bear still got a hold of his
Yes.
pincers.
Yay.
I guess I'm gonna try to attack not where the bear's biting, but like further up, closer to its actual body. Does it have
Sure.
a longer part, or?
Yeah. So I mean, right now, it's not like the pincers are out like this. The creature is moving, so it's one arm. One arm is having to stay stationary. It's trying to move its whole body. So you're kind of in front there. So all those fleshy joints are open and exposed for whatever it is you try to do.
And try to cut its arm off.
Sure.
I have a 22.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Surprisingly enough, now at the most disadvantageous time, I easily succeed on that. But you
That's
have two
the first
axes.
Okay.
20. I think you beat me anyway, because your attack
23.
is like bananas. Okay. Describe what happens as you have defeated this creature. So, do whatever it is you want to do.
After my first blow kind of glances off, I land the second one, and just, I don't know, what does it do? Just fall limp? Or how does that work? I don't realize that it's falling down, because I'm more focused where I'm at than it behind me.
So you miss with the first strike, but the second one goes in sort of where you were trying to go the last time, and you dig your axe deep into the joint where the pincer arm meets the body, and with the strength of the bear trying to keep it still, yanking in one direction, and this lobster thing trying to go the other direction, the flesh rips and tears, and you hear that popping and that ripping and that crunching, as if you're taking the claws off a crab, and with a final screeching scream of pain from this creature, its violet blood spurting forth, staining more of the ground beneath you. It crumbles lifelessly at the edge of the water, so close to its escape, but not enough.
At that point, I'm still screaming like bloody murder here, and I'm like clawing at it, especially the pain, and I'm just like in full on horde mode right now. Like literally, I'm like still like I'm like got my claw down there in the part where the groove where the axe point had actually got it. I'm just like ripping it open, and as soon as I get a portion open and I can see the flesh down there, like instinctively I can taste it. I can taste the blood. My face just goes right down in there, and I'm just like in there, and I'm like, you can hear the gulping and the slurping and everything like that as I'm just eating my way through the beak nose towards its brain, and just like I'm trying to like slither my way inside it. Almost. Full on fucking just eating my way through it. Right in there.
Meanwhile, Churi grabs the tail of the thing and starts trying to drag it away from the edge of the ice that's been breaking up.
I'm going to come over and help you do that, because
I will definitely help too. I don't want to end up in the ice.
And we don't want our dinner to fall down into the ice as well.
I don't want that either.
You must have been blessed by Wolf Fairy. This was a good battle for you. Congratulations. You must feel his rage within you. Channel it, and you will be mighty.
Yes, you have very little axes, but they seem to be landed well.
Thank you.
And then the ogre turns back to look at the Sturush just munching away and still sort of feeding on his rage approvingly.
And I'm like torso deep at this point.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to get at it's the shrimp's massive maw and try to cut one of the jaws off.
Sure. You can do that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna attach it to Marta's little necklace, and then we're gonna get some food. We're gonna start butchering it with my axe. That's already got some spider webs of of pressure from just smashing into ice. like several times today.
Right.
It's like starting to crack, but I'm using it to try to hack in and try to get as much food out of it for the both of us as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I try to grab one of the claws, start cracking it open with the back of my axe.
And I'll chop off the end bit of its tail and have a go at the tail.
No, and you can absolutely do that, and there is enough of this creature to feed all of you, and indeed have some flesh remaining left over. It's a frozen landscape. It's not going to go bad anytime soon. And for the first time in a while, you're actually happy to consume fresh, flesh. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel fear the way you would like, Airdrie. This is not the succulent meat of a Freyine, of their light eyes and their weak hearts. But it will do.
Still food.
It is still food, and it is good food compared to what you have had for a long time. You stop to prepare, and you eat your fill and continue on in the direction you think.
I don't think anybody here's cooking.
Oh no.
No.
I know all of your species, and you, given your proclivities and your allegiances, I don't think there's any need for a cooking fire at all. Which works just as well. Why waste time when there's fresh blood to drink? You continue on for several hours more. The sun moving slowly across the sky. It's about late afternoon at this point. Does anyone have any grades in Outdoorsman has the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weather.
So does Waterman, though.
Okay, does anyone have... I'll say either or. Outdoorsman or Waterman. If anyone has a forte in weather, that will apply.
I just
roll my
outdoorsman, but I do not have weather.
Okay.
I have outdoorsman, but it's hunting.
That's fine. You just don't apply your forte bonus.
Oh no! I got a 10.
Let's
No,
see here.
I need to roll.
9 plus...
I got an 8.
Is there a fumble in this game?
Yep.
Yes.
There is, but for this, I mean, you just completely, you can't see anything. It's white, it's gray, there's nothing going on. There's, if anything does happen, you'll be completely oblivious to it.
I got a 20
Okay,
on
so
my outdoorsman.
you, polar opposite to the ogre. And you taste the air, your senses, and a bit rejuvenated. Some heat from that flesh and blood flowing in you, making you more alert and less sluggish than you've been. More alert and active than you have been in a long while.
Even the dull throb of the pain of the bite is a good thing as well.
And you
Did you put your furs back on, or are you still walking around and just...
Oh no,
fur?
furs are back on. There would be no way I'd be walking anywhere without the furs on. I'm just gonna take a nap for the rest of this venue. See you guys. Am I frozen solid? Yes, I am.
But you taste a change in the winds. You sense it. You can see the slight changes in color variations in the sky. You sense, you're sure It's strange because you're not familiar with these weather patterns at all, but you're sure there's some storm coming, though what a storm in these lands means is difficult to determine.
It's not. I sense something. I taste. There's a change in the air. Something big's coming. But it's not thunderbirds. No, I know the taste of thunderbirds. But something big's coming.
Fury sniffs the air as well. Says, "No, there's nothing."
No more.
You must trust the ogre. He knows these parts. You are from far away. We know. He is right.
Yes.
Fury shall lead us. This is good.
Yes, I am unfamiliar with these lands. Perhaps it's nothing, but I hate this chill.
But yes, I give in to clear reason that the fact that I am unfamiliar with these parts. Clearly, it's nothing.
But if only that were true.
Oh,
We're in a very short time, a matter of perhaps half an hour, you begin to see and to feel first flakes of snow falling on you. Of course, this is snowy, but it has not snowed down from the sky lately. It begins to coat your furs and your garmentry with greater and greater volume. And you can all feel, especially you, Tatalasarek, the biting chill of the wind, which is whipping up with ever-increasing fervor.
A storm is coming. Sorry.
I'm actually like moving really sluggish. It's probably not like I probably don't even register that until like 2 minutes after he says that. As a matter of fact, like my reactions are really slow at this point, even with like the wind trying to fight against it.
But
Given
I keep shaking my head to get the snow off of me.
It's no avail.
Have we got tents or some kind of shelter?
You do have tents. It takes some time to set them up, and given, well, at least you, Tatalasarek, given your previous role, this storm is going to be upon you before you're able to finish pitching your tents. You could still do it, but it's going to be hard, but you might, if these winds keep picking up, and at this point, it's your furs are definitely whipping around you every couple of seconds. Gusts, seems each one a little bit stronger than before. The next one a little bit more violent. You can try to pitch. Go ahead. Yep.
I say we set up tents as quickly as possible. I'll start setting it up as fast as I can.
The tents are going to blow away.
It's the only thing that can stop. Not if they're properly pitched.
Can we see anything besides just like the wide open expanse and like the dunes and the snow coming down?
So you can see behind you the sky is darkening, not darkening like a thunderstorm, but like a snowstorm. It's an ashen sort of gray rather than that white or off-white. But give me a perception. You can all see that, but give me a perception check to see if you can determine anything else. as you have traveled for some time.
Can I also ask?
Yes.
I have history, and I've been painting.
Sure,
I've been
absolutely.
painting these. Can I make a history check to see if I know anything about these? Any creatures affected with or associated
You
with
absolutely
these
can.
stories? Great.
Absolutely.
I got a 12 on my perception.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I've got no bonus, but I've got a forte in history. What does that do?
No bonus.
Oh,
you're saying there's no grades?
You have no ranks?
There's no ranks, but there is the forte.
That's my fault. I don't know why, but
Okay.
I must have saved it the wrong way. It saves. There's always like a history always put in. But for the purposes of this, I'm just going to say you have 1 grade because why not? Just so you can make it.
Okay. Eight.
You're not sure. But you, Wesley, you see. You're not sure at first. It takes you a moment to maybe it's a mirage or some sort of the first sign of snow blindness on you. But you see at the edge of your perceptions some change, a slight undulation to the flatness of the frozen steppes. You can't make out what that is or what that right now, but there seems to be a break to that flatness, which of course is very dangerous to be in a completely flat open area if there's a great windstorm. You see, looks like some sort of hills or some, you're not sure, some rocky outcroppings. Hard to tell. You see the silhouettes of that.
Let us head over there. We shall go to the hills.
Where? I'm like my head's turning like really slow, and like my one good eye tries to narrow, but it's so hard to see. It's so hard to look. I'm growing very tired. Very tired.
I just kind of like push you onto the sled, and then just have the beast
As
to
I
start
say,
carrying.
the lizard might die if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, it's more food for us, right? You would enjoy. Come. We shall take him with us anyway.
I just sort of like curl up at that point. I'm in no condition at any moment right now. From 1, blood lost, and 2, so cold. I am just curled up on there, like got the furs all wrapped up as much, trying my best to keep the cold air out, but it's still whipping at me, and it's just returning and trying to wrap myself up in very slow, sluggish manner. I'm moving so slow. The tongue flickers are coming out like every like 5 minutes rather than every other minute.
And you can tell the beasts are getting more agitated as well. They sense whatever change in the weather is coming, and they do not like it. Does anyone have any grades in ride?
I have. And I also have handle animals.
Yes,
right?
So do I.
Okay, so
Can I?
one of you can make one roll, and one of you can make the other. You guys can figure it out to see if you can calm the animals and drive them with some greater speed towards your destination.
I'm gonna definitely use my handle animal and try to guide him forward.
Sure.
All right, so that is present. So 3, 17.
Okay, yeah. You're.
And I have. I have.
That's fine.
If you roll a 1, you don't boost.
Okay. So I got that wrong. So I got a total of 9. 12. 12.
Okay.
And as I'm driving on the animal, I say, that lizard must need a lot of redemption if he's coming up to these cold lands here. He must need redemption real bad.
Yes, he's come to learn from Mool, just like the rest of us. Come, we shall take him. We shall take him up.
And
Rage will drive us on.
Yes.
you are both able to succeed. You, the two brethren in Mool, creatures of rage, are able to calm the beast and drive them.
Kill them with rage.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense until you really think about it. It doesn't make sense either, but yeah. So you are able to you start to drive these animals, making the sleigh or the sleigh. It's a sled. You go faster and faster and faster, trying to outrun whatever is coming, and you all definitely feel that you feel like the Sirush looks at the
We're
moment.
cold.
Yeah, and it seems none of you have been here before, but you've felt cold before. You've felt, bitter cold at times, but nothing like this. It's as you listen to the winds themselves, that whistling sound, they're, whether it's the fear getting to you or the cold or just your imagination, it's almost as if that wailing voice on the winds whipping through the dunes and the jagged furrows in the ice, there's a malevolence to it. It feels like to you, but you drive forward, determination, try to get off this icy flatness, and you see finally, now the storm seems almost just behind you, and you can see, if you were to look back, you see in the distance great plumes of snow and frost and bits of powdered ice is blowing with much violence. You see in front of you, some distance, it looks like stony fingers or some piece of whatever land used to be here before that divinity of cold met her end and plummeted to her death in this place, the center of the world. Whatever remnants of the land that existed here before the ending of seasons is reaching up through the ice. There are formations like rocky granite mesas, almost pillars of stone, jagged pieces of boulder, almost as if the land itself is bursting forth in shards from underneath the ice. And as you get closer, you see these are not just naturally formed stones. It's weathered by cycles upon cycles of erosion and ice and snow falling upon it. But the tops of these stone mesas seems to have been roughly carved in humanoid shapes. Never seen or heard of anything like this, unless any of you has... if anyone has... does anyone have history or... or theology?
No, I got theology.
But you do.
What does history fall under?
Academics.
Now, or academics, yeah.
Okay. Nah, I don't have either one.
Okay.
Can I keep my academic point
You
of
can.
1?
You absolutely may.
Yeah. I got
I
that
got
from my
14.
painting, from my art history.
Right.
Well, I do have a grade in academics, but it's a 1.
Well, that's fine. You can still roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 14 on my theology roll.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Okay.
I
My
have
role
a
is
14 altogether.
my role is I'm still sleeping on the cart.
Excellent. What did you get? Injury.
14 altogether.
Okay. So was academics and you have okay. So so Irdre and Wasili, you now that you see this, you both think you've heard of such a thing, though from different angles. You have heard of a place. There are people who live in Nifland. The Vaigish, for one. There are certain nomadic peoples that dwell here, and of course there's comparatively a lot of settlement around the borders of Nifland, and you've heard of something like this, a place. It's been described as, it's called the Silent Choir. You've heard rocky carvings of unknown origin in near the northern border of Nifland. You've heard people stay away from it. You're not sure why, but you, Wasili, know it to be is said to be associated with Ibikeen, or at least superstition claims that these statues are some remnants, perhaps saints of Ibikeen, frozen in emptiness and apathy for all time. And while they do not, their chorus does not echo when the wraith winds sing and they blow through the canyons and contours of this area. It reaches some sort of crescendo, so the tales say. It's supposed to be dotted with like caves and like pockmarked with
caves,
cycles of erosion. Good for Mool, right?
So let's head over here. This is a place of safety for us. We can rest out here. There are caves. It is a place holy to the divinity of dispassion. Ooh, we have very little to fear from that. We have fire in our hearts. We do not fear this place. We shall go here. We shall rest in the caves. Go. We will find one. We shall hibernate.
The ogre agrees a bit too loudly. Yes, we do not fear this place, he says, looking up a little, maybe not nervously, but more than he should at these intimidating rocks around him. We do not fear anything, he says to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
I agree to go with them to the cave.
And you actually have to like raise your voice to make yourselves be heard at this point as you enter into this new landscape. It's full on, snowstorm right now. You just got in the area where you might find some manner of shelter, and you do after some searching. There are many, like I say, little holes, hollows. You're not sure if they were purposefully carved or if it's just the cycles upon cycles of wind blowing so fiercely through here. It's just carved strange shapes into the stone pillars. But you're able to locate a fissure in one of these stone statues, shall we call them, just big enough for the humanoids.
So what
So
about
the bear
my
stuck
bear?
outside?
Yeah.
There's no way to get.
Okay, well
The
then
pack
I'm gonna
animals
stay
in.
outside. That's I
Oh wait, you have a bear. Is this a full-on like grizzly bear, or is this like a
yeah,
black bear? It's a
The
full-on
only-
grizzly
yeah.
bear.
I think there are only grizzly bears or brown bears in
There's
K'Vega.
there's only grizzlies. They're all grizzlies.
Whatever. So you could get the bear could get in, but then there's not any room for the pack animals.
Okay, fine. We can eat them. That's fine.
Okay.
We
Are
don't
you
need
gonna
every.
have the bear drag the sled now?
No. Are you kidding? That's my wife.
It was just a simple question. You said we can eat the pack animals, so.
We'll eat you. Come on.
No, you will not eat me.
All right. So
I will show you.
I'll just drag the sled in. Attempting to get to Talsrak in inside the cave. Hopefully, well, actually, I'm not really being very gentle about it, so it's probably bumping and like, like grinding up against the fixtures walls and everything like that, just like yanking him in there. Sometimes it'll get stuck and I have to like kind of like pull it harder to try to get it in.
Yeah,
He's like bouncing around.
Tilted like sideways, just yank it up, just.
He falls on the ground a couple times. I gotta pick him up and put him back on.
Safe place of wonder, dispassion.
Finally responding to the
Yes.
words like 10 minutes ago.
Now we sleep. We sleep until the storm ends. This is good.
There's
So
like
we're still
no,
alive.
there's like no response from that. He's out. He's drifted off into cold slumber, which is probably not a good thing.
No. In fact, why don't you make me a conditioning cold check?
Oh yeah,
That's right.
that's gonna go so well. Well, let's see. So 15 actually, and that's including the penalty.
Okay. You're stable. You got into shelter just in the nick of time, as now you're in, and you have materials to make fire, but minutes after you make it in, you hear. It's impossible not to hear the sounds of the storm, of the wind and the snow, screaming through these stone formations. You can see pieces of ice, jagged bits of icicles being thrown from their hanging points. It looks almost like a hurricane of snow from outside, until the sound of the wind is so loud that you can't even hear yourself talk amongst each other. Even if you shout, you can only barely hear your own voice muffled over the sound of the raging storm. And each and every one of you, there's the sound of wind, but within it and beneath it, amongst it, there's another voice, another tone, another shrieking cry, another shout of anger, of malevolence, of pain. It's not just wind. There's something else. And anyone with any certainly you, Wasili, are sense this for sure, and are definitely in tune with with that perception, and that keeps going on. It keeps getting louder, and you see the pack animals outside stamping their feet in frustration and cold and in fear, unable to go anywhere. They can't, even if they were to run away, they wouldn't. It's impossible to see anything. It's a complete whiteout out there, but they cannot enter the cave. They try their best, but the way you've moved they can't fit through anyway with the bear, but also with the sled having been dragged in, it can't maneuver. As you watch, you see both of them suddenly. It's a shock to you. But you see, especially those of you with grades and handle animal who are attuned to beasts. Eyes go wide, and they make this sort of elephant-esque kind of cry of fear and surprise and of pain as they're scrambling about, and you see their eyes begin to frost over, like immediately. Their fur encrusted in ice and frozen packed snow, and even their fur, which is a sort of a lustrous brown, like a chestnut color, dulls, becomes sort of like a gray-brown color. Even the flesh around the eye and the lips and the nose dulls, like old meat left in the cold for...
So they're freezer burnt?
Yeah, but this happened sort of in a matter of seconds. You can see their, it's as if their life force itself is being drained from them. The wind, even the flesh and the muscle not protecting whatever animates the body. And they die in very short order.
Within a matter of one gust of wind, and they're gone.
Yeah.
This is unnatural. This is troll magic or sorcery from evil times. Rage of Mool, burn in my blood and keep me warm. Rage of Mool, burn in my blood and keep me warm. And he keeps repeating this battle chant to himself.
Yes, we must hold to our passions. We must use our passions to guide us. The beasts outside, they do not have the rage. They do not have the love that we have, and we must keep to them so that it may protect us from the dispassion of the White Queen. We do not want to face her, though we do not fear her. He yells like he obviously is afraid. he's trying to convince everybody else that he's not.
And, the one eye opens like lazily at this shout, but then just closes once again as I wrap myself in furs. As it's my only defense.
So yeah, I shove you a little bit, and I say, "Hold to your rage. We must use it to keep ourselves safe in this night."
And Turi actually picks up the Surush warrior in a raging and shakes him, going, "Keep to your rage, warm with your rage," and shakes him, sort of spitting into his face. But maybe he'll pick up some of the warmth and rage from me anyway.
Well, yeah, the body heat, the pumping blood and body heat is definitely rather something quite attractive at the moment. As a matter of fact, it's like slowly the arms reach out and it's like latched on.
I dare you! Feel that passion, feel that hunger. Come on, I dare you! Snap back out of it.
I'm sitting over here to the side, kind of like near the bear, but not too close to the bear, just watching all this
I'm just holding on. Like I'm trying to press myself into this heat source that is presented myself. I've just gone full lizard instinct at this moment. It's like, oh, this is warm. I'm pressing myself up against this. I just want this. So I'm just holding on. Like,
and I'm doing my best not to laugh at a lizard man hugging an ogre.
Just a warning: if you bite me, I bite back.
Iltra, do you not have the passion? Do you sit over here? You sit over to the side. You do not feel. You must use your passions to keep you warm, to keep you safe.
I'm plenty warm enough, and my passions run high. I just not as loud as the rest of you.
Who do you worship? Do you give praise to someone? Come. Do you praise Bull?
Is that how it's
Ajira.
Ajira. Sorry, Ajira.
Ah. Praise Mool. Give up your wolf fairy. Mool will protect you. He will keep you warm in this night. You know this.
No.
As you can see, we are safe, and I like slapping my chest again, and like gesturing over to Toval, just like holding Tesseract over his shoulder. We are unbound by the raging wind.
You're so cold! You're so cold, you stupid lizard! Why on earth did you come up to these lands? And he's storming up and down with his lizard wrapped around his chest.
I'm just latched on. I barely even respond. I'm taking what heat I can.
Just remember, as long as you don't bite him, he's not going to bite you back.
So, through one means or another, you're able to retain the heat amongst you all, and you wait out this storm. And you notice as night falls, though it's plenty dark already with the storm obscuring the sky. You see there are faded remnants. And Tiori, you were the one to sort of notice this. First, there are faded remnants of cave paintings on the walls in this strange alcove, almost imperceptible. The countless ages having faded them all to nothing but shadows at this point. How many grades in artist do you have? Painting? Artist painting?
Not many, but let's have a look. Just one. But
okay.
I have the forte of painting.
You can roll that. You get an additional 1 for your forte.
I have 5 grades in artist, so can I roll it?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
I have no grades in artist, but I have a forte of poetry. How does that work?
Oh, it's just the species kind of thing.
All Mihans
are good poets.
Okay. I was just
Boom.
curious.
Nice.
Boom! All the knowledge.
All the knowledge.
Written.
This is okay. Wow. Okay.
7 is
I could see forever.
36. 37.
Wow. Okay.
There's probably not much you don't know.
He goes on for ages telling us all the history and how they made the paints.
From distilled rage. The rage in this paint is palpable. It tells stories.
So you are able to decipher. You're able to see. It's so subtle, but you're able to pick out quite clearly exactly what this old painting was portraying. And you see as a depiction of some tribe or culture here. You're not sure. It looks to be some old settlement of, well, you're not sure, of a species that doesn't resemble anything you have witnessed before. A strange, squat people with some sort of, looks almost like a shell or carapace like that of the shrimp thing that you have already dispatched, giving praise to some strange form. You're not sure. It's sort of you get the sense that it's what's the word? I'm like a stylized representation of something. Clearly, some spiritual creature or some object of worship and veneration. There's also, it seems like, deeds, excerpts from tales or recountings of some long forgotten stories. But there's also, and this is perhaps the most diminished portion of the painting, but you're able with that massive roll. There seems to be a resting place, I'm not sure if it's a burial or some sort of cache or some area where some item, some weapon, you think, has been stored, buried nearby. You see these old, statues in these paintings, a lot less eroded, but there seems to be some burial chamber nearby.
It's like a map, or is it like indicating that like there were people living in here and they hid something somewhere in this fissure?
Yes, that's what it is. It's like a recounting for. It's clearly not. Even if this were like bright as the day it was painted, it would be hard to sort of decipher the meaning, but you're able to figure it out.
Okay. So like I start looking at these paintings, and like I just like rub my hand up against the wall, and I say, Mool, Father of Caves, thank you for this gift. Thank you for enlightening us as to what resides within your home. Though the people who made these paintings may not have worshipped you, you know where its treasure should be given. Thank you, Mool! And like so I slap my chest again and I say, there is something in the caves. We shall go. There is a map here. It indicates that some old creatures hid something in the cave. So Marta and I, we will go and we will find it. You stay here, stay warm.
Should we split up, or should we stay together?
Oh, I do not think that Titelsarak shall be able to come with us. He seems quite incapacitated, I think.
Jill latched onto the ogre.
Sure, you come with me. You worship Mool. We shall unearth Mool's gift together.
I'll carry this thing. I can't get it off me now.
Very well, Idra. Come. We shall find this thing. And so I'm going to lead him to.
What are we finding?
What's that?
What are we finding?
Something.
The-
It is hidden.
Something. Sorry.
Mool has brought it to light. Do you not know? Come, you see best in the dark. You come lead the way.
It's true. You do see well in the dark.
I know I still see well in the dark, but it's still cold outside too.
It is.
No,
At
we're
this
we're
point-
inside the fissure.
Yes.
Oh, so we're staying in the cave?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I misunderstood
It's
that
deeper
part.
in.
Sorry.
Goes deeper in. Yeah.
Okay, that's confusing because you said it was just big enough to fit us in it.
Well, in
There's
the entrance.
In the
Oh,
entrance, there's
okay,
a crack that goes further in.
Is the bear gonna fit?
Yeah.
Very well, I guess I will lead the way.
And I'll try to like give you like little directions about like sort of landmarks that you should be looking for. But otherwise, I mean, I'm just gonna trust that you know what you're doing because
Nobody else can see in the dark?
yeah, like I mean, I assume we have like a little torch from the fire, but like
Yeah.
I can't see in the dark
One
nearly.
second.
Like,
Talk amongst yourself.
I can't see in the dark nearly as well as you can. So I say, yes. You must look for the rock that is shaped like it's like a femur. Yes, we look for that. You know the bone. We look for that.
Yes,
And,
I know what a bone
from-
looks like.
No, not the femur.
I know what the femur bone looks like.
I don't know what a femur looks like, so I have no grades of armor or
It's
anything.
a-
I'm just like saying things.
It's a
So,
big bone.
It looks like that bone. And we shall go and we shall find that rock there. So yeah, I mean, I'm basically following your lead. Like you can, describe to us what you're seeing or whatever. But yes, we shall find the thing that is hidden by Mool's grace.
Snort.
Is it clear from the paintings what is hidden, or is this a mystery that Mool will reveal to us?
It is a mystery. I do not believe that those who hid it were fortunate enough to worship Mool. They seem too old and too foolish, too weak and stupid to worship Mool. But
Too placid.
yes, but we know the true path. We and
Courageous.
Mool. Yes, and Mool has illuminated us with his gift of the loss of the fools. Tatalsarak, do you know of what we are doing?
I actually finally stir at this moment, and I'm like, tongue flickers. What? We go deeper.
Are
Yes,
all you serpents so cold?
I begin to slowly realize that I'm latched, what I'm exactly latched onto before I almost like resist I'm like very tempted to just hold on to this a little longer, but finally I start to let go and bundle the furs back around me and slowly start hobbling down further with you. Deeper where it's warm. It seems I have a one-track mind. I don't know exactly what we're doing. It's just like, deeper? Sure, I'll go deeper as long as I get warm away from the cold.
Let's just hope it doesn't get colder as we go down further.
I'm functioning on very poor logic right now. So.
Right.
Oh, we're going deeper? Sure, if that's where it's warm, I'll go.
Now, does anyone have any grades in Splunker?
Yeah.
14 caves would be applicable here.
No.
What's the Spelunker's Enlightenment, right?
Yes.
What does Forte give you again? An extra one? Did you say?
An extra if you have between 1 and 4 grades, it gives you a +1. If you have between 5 and 9 grades, it gives you a +2.
Okay, I've got a +2, so I've got +7 total.
Nice. Okay.
What skill? And what's it off? It's off N. So I've got
Enlightenment.
+10, +7, +8. So just a second.
Yeah, Enlightenment.
20.
Wow. Okay.
And I got a measly 13. So.
Okay. Nevertheless, with between the two of you and with obviously Tayuri's innate ogre knowledge of caves, people being a child of the mountains and of the deep places in such rocky areas, you're able to pretty safely and relatively quickly navigate this cramped, uneven terrain here, as whatever passageway you're traveling through, and it's going deeper and sort of winding down, going this way and then going that. Obviously the Sarush not knowing or caring sort of what direction, and the Mihangi really unable to keep her sense of direction beneath the earth this way. So unfamiliar is this to you. But whatever this path is, it's clearly it was not intentional. It looks like some great crack in the rock was made and has slowly widened over the countless cycles. But you continue down and down, and after several minutes, the fissure opens up, almost like as if the crack has met the wall to some natural cavern, or perhaps man-made. And you see, well, I mean, it's clearly man-made once you see this site before you. You see what looks like some sort of, well, you're not sure what the purpose of the chamber is, but there's a sort of almost like trapezoidal shaped opening you find yourself let out onto. And there are remnants, although very well preserved, it would seem, ruins down here, structures, mortared stone, steps, architecture.
Is there anything that looks like a femur bone?
Anything that looks like a femur bone?
Once again, I don't know what a femur looks like.
He told me to look for something that looks like a femur bone.
You don't see any bones.
Or things that look like bones.
Things that look like bones.
I'm also very disappointed to find no additional heat down here.
Well, so once you arrive if you cross the threshold, there is a marked difference in temperature. It's not warm in here, but it isn't as cold.
Well, it's warmer than what it was, so I'm functioning just a little better, just a little.
Right, exactly. It might even be, as warm as, like, let's say the low 40s Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'm sorry. I can look it up.
Oh, it's a little bit above 0.
Yeah, it's between 1 and 10, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better than anything out there. That's all
It's a lot better than sub-zero temperatures. But so to describe this scene as you emerge forth, I mean, I guess this really only applies right now to the people who can see in the dark.
That would be me, I think.
Right. And
Probably has a little bit.
Well, you said you were carrying a torch, so...
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't help me see very far, but, I mean...
Well, you wouldn't be blind.
Do ogres sit in the
true.
dark?
Yeah, they have better darkness vision, I
better
think.
darkness.
Yeah,
Not as
they're better
good.
than mine, but it's not like hers, where she can see perfectly.
Yeah.
So
And I have terrible vision. Terrible vision as a species, and I only have one eye. But I can taste the shit out of things.
That was my thought. You only have one eye.
and you see, well, some of you see, like looks like terraced structures built in different corners of the room into the walls. At different areas, it looks like the stone was shaped. You see the flat walls sort of emerging out, like what's the word I'm looking for? A
Alcove?
yeah, like it's like alcove, like the walls themselves are carved to kind of like undulate. Like there's ridges in it. And these ridges sweep out onto flagstones upon the surface, the floor of this cavern. There are arched stone structures, almost like it's like kind of like resembling a stone gazebo in several different locations. You see 3 of them, different areas. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason, but who got the successful artist role?
Yo, Wasili.
Okay, that's right. So you're just able to see this at the reflecting light. You know, the first time light has might have breached this area in ages. You see on the far side, atop one of these stepped terraced structures, what looked to be a location, the location that was represented. There's a small circular kind of structure, maybe about 10 foot in diameter, perched atop this platform, built atop the wall. Looks quite similar to exactly what it is that you're looking for.
Okay, and are there like stairs to get up there, or? Okay,
Yes.
then yeah, I'm gonna run up there and check it out.
Okay. Now, give me perception checks, everybody.
Would scent be applicable?
Yes, it would.
What
No.
about hearing?
Hearing would not.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
I got 15.
Because I can rock the shit out of scent. Okay.
Good.
Hold on.
Do I count the one or not?
No,
No.
you don't count the ones.
Wait, where's the count? I have a 9.
Okay, you don't. You're too focused on getting to that location. You don't see anything else.
That'd be a 16.
Okay, 16. What else did we get?
I
12.
got
I got
15.
a 12.
Wait. Actually, sorry. Maybe make that 19. Forgot to add
Great.
my alignment. 19.
So the Sarush you smell before Vasily sees anything, especially given his poor human sight, in the dark. You smell. You can't place it immediately, and then you take another. Well, I guess you flick your tongue out and you taste the air again. Old bones. Old death, but something different. Not a species or an animal that you have encountered before. In fact, totally different. A totally different scent. Like this doesn't even, like you've smelled human before, but a different tribe than Wasili, but you could still sense the connection. They both smell human, different flavors of human, maybe. Different Shion. This is some order of creature you've not experienced or smelled at all before.
We're not alone down here. I don't know this taste. I want to eat it.
And Vasily, as you get closer, you climb the stairs to this terraced structure, and you see, the quote-unquote bricks, the stones which were used to construct this are of irregular design. It's not like bricks like we would think of, blocks upon blocks upon blocks. It almost looks like a 3D jigsaw puzzle. Irregularly cut stones that fit perfectly with other irregularly cut stones. It doesn't even look like there's mortar in here. Like no cement was used. They just seem to fit so well together that they retain and maintain their shape.
But they're clearly worked, right?
Oh, they're clearly worked.
Okay.
And as you approach the top of this area, this terraced building, you see there are scattered bones. Humanoid bones, but squat, small, like ferrum-sized, but not as stocky, not as broad. And the spine is different. It's hunched. There's remnants of some fabric or material draped about all of them, perhaps some cloak or cape or some garmentry which still yet survives the span of ages. Scattered about haphazardly. Impossible to... Well, I won't say impossible. Never say impossible. If anyone has any... What would this be? Insight?
Insight.
I have insight.
Okay, I'll roll insight.
You got a grand total of 9.
Okay, you don't know.
Yeah.
I also have a 9.
I got a grand total of 8.
Okay.
Oh, I got a boost.
Oh, okay.
One moment. Hold on. Let's see if this train rolls.
Praise Mool. He'll give you luck.
Never mind that.
At this rate, it might be the case. Let's see here. 2, 14, 7. 17 total.
Okay, you're familiar with battles and slaughters, and that's what this looks to be.
Of course.
The way so the bodies are, and there's no meat on them at all. You just smell the musty remains of, again, old death.
Very disappointed.
Some massacre happened here. You're just able to, you just sense that. You have that innate, insightful understanding, the way the bones and the bodies are positioned.
These did not fall naturally. They were killed and left here. A true massacre.
So there's nothing up here except for the bones?
The bones, and there's a small circular structure with arched entrances within. Looks
Okay, so...
kind of like a one-person mausoleum or something.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna head over to that because like I don't like he said it was a massacre. I'm like, well,
A long time
okay.
ago, anyway.
Yeah, who cares? Like this thing was what Mo was talking about, so I'm gonna head over here.
Right. So you see a small dais inside. Do any of you speak Thraxa?
No.
No.
But I have.
Where would you even know the languages? It's not on mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. How many speak languages do you have? You don't. Do you have any grades in occult?
I have one.
No, I
Is
don't.
that your grade? No. Okay.
Okay.
I know we haven't been doing languages, and that's absolutely my bad.
Oh, we kind of figured we were all speaking Moolish.
Moolish.
Yeah.
You haven't
Well,
had
I
anyone
speak English?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes, you do. But you certainly will not speak Thrax. Okay. So a language you are not familiar with at all. And there's actually writing here. This isn't just like artistry, you know, like painting. There's actual script here, so you're not able to read anything. But you said you did have some grades in occult, and if anyone else has any grades in occult, they may roll that.
The only one. Go for it. You
I
are
got a
one.
10.
Oh. Woo!
Oh wait, no, 11. 11.
Woo!
Yay. Okay. Anybody else?
Not for me.
Nobody else has occult. Come on.
Why would I know dirty troll magics?
It's true.
I'm a warrior.
Fair point.
I eat people.
Sure you do.
Me too.
Yeah.
So you don't understand any like actual meaning or behind
Yeah.
any symbolism, but you are able to suss out there's a way to sort of open the top of this dais, and it's a circular dais. There are carved script, and in different areas there are like punch holes, almost like if you imagine like something like a cross between like a punch card and a rotary phone. You imagine like a circular like punch card kind of thing, like different depths of these holes are drilled or punched into the top of this dais. And given your meager understanding, you don't know why or if you did anything bad, but you're able to figure out that how to open this thing at the very least. What?
I am able to figure out how to open it?
You don't. Yes.
Wow, really? Okay. All right
you don't
then.
know
Yeah.
if that's good or bad or what is in here.
Yeah. Well, I
but
mean,
you figure out how to
let us here, so obviously we're supposed to open it.
Of course. And you see, within here, is looks like a piece of bleached, petrified wood.
Awesome.
Like, you take it out, it looks almost like a weapon, like a bleached, thousands cycles old, petrified, like a shillelagh.
Okay. So that's the only thing in there?
That is the only thing in there.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my axe and I'm going to cut it across an open area on the top of my chest, just slightly, so that a little bit of blood comes all along the blade. And then I'm going to bring my axe up and I'm gonna say, "Mool, you have led us to this. Teach me its secrets." And I'm gonna bring it down and drag the blood across the shillelagh,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna grab it and bring it up to my head and use a psychometry ritual.
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
So you can do
You can
some awesome
describe-
stuff.
Yeah, describe that for us all.
So
How you do your ritual.
I think that's what he did.
that was how I was doing. That was what I was doing.
There was other things you were gonna do after. Okay, sorry.
I mean, so yeah, so I bring it up to my forehead and then keep my eyes closed, but try to like open up my third eye, seeing
Right.
into the past, into the history of this item, as I
Okay.
embrace Mool and the history of the underworld.
So you breathe in, you're in and out, letting the voice and the wisdom and the power of Mool go through you, in and out, like the yawning of a cave, which you're now within the heart of, the thrum of the earth, the old cries of this massacre, the rage that must once have been here. You try to open your senses to all of that. You feel the blood dripping from that wound, slowly coagulating and drying. And as it does so, that chill air touches that wound, and the smell of blood fills your nostrils. You see the time as it was, in a period of history long since past. And you see these, almost like in reverse, the dust, motes of dust, sort of in reverse, floating back to the top of this cavern, bits of detritus and dirt on the flagstone floor here. These bones slowly shifting back, and flesh surrounding these bones once again. Eventually, you see this group resembling something like a cross between like a like a tiny anthropomorphized, well, not anthropomorphized, like a humanoid creature hunched over with some like an armadillo back, a shell on its back. Its head isn't necessarily armadillo-like. Speaking again in a language you don't know, and the sounds are dulled. Like you're hearing things, on the other side of like or from underwater. But you see some ritual occur, or some something else. If the ritual, it's of no divinity that you're familiar with, that sort of a spirit. You think it's a spirit. You don't actually see its full form. Some spiritual entity of great power and potence being willfully bound within this sprig of wood, which looks to be like of living wood, in this vision, not that petrified, dried out husk, which you see now before you, and you see that having happened. You feel it, thrums of power being concentrated, contained, pressurized, fit to a smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller space until it encompassed just this bit of branch, this bit of shillelagh, being locked away in here before other figures, humanoid cats, dark creatures. You're not sure, cats and other dark creatures, half man, half fox. You would not have seen kitsunes, I'm gonna say. Arriving into here and butchering this congregation, this group. Long after it was this branch was locked away, unfound and undiscovered until this moment. But that is what you see.
All right. So you guys see me like just kind of like kneeling there with this like huge shillelagh like up against my face for like 10 minutes.
That's not how you use it.
Yeah, and then so I like bring it down and I stand up and I got like the blood right across the top of my head as it's right across the top of my chest, and I say, these creatures they put their power into this and they foolishly hid it away and were killed. Now we have their power thanks to Mool. This is an auspicious day indeed. Yes, Mool has given us much.
To help us fight the troll.
Yes.
Now
we have to find it.
I'm thirsty for troll blood. I am ready to prove myself. We are ready.
Yes.
Yes.
A troll for redemption. Yes. I'm ready for this troll. And then I can have my new name.
I'll give you a new name. Freezing.
You do not get to name me. My deeds will name me.
All right then, Freezing.
I'm very tempted to just eat him right now, but
that wouldn't be advisable.
Let's find a troll.
You can eat the trolls.
That's good. I like your rage, lizard man. But let's take out that rage on a troll. And then, if you still have some left after that, we'll see.
Yes. Yes. Let's find this troll. Traveled. We've been stuck here for too long.
So yeah.
So I believe Vasily said he had 1 grade in occult, and he definitely would have recognized, given the potence. There is whatever ritual that was. It smacked of occultism, and likewise. There you are. You can sense such. You are a cleric, after all, and are obviously your mind and soul are open to deeper perceptions. You can sense that on and within this this piece of wood.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, like Mool gave it to us, so it's. I mean,
No,
it's gotta be
I
like.
I take it.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely a cult work here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So
Let us return to the cold again and search for trolls.
Yes.
That is why we are here.
there's a slight twitch of the good eye at having to return to the freezing cold, but bundle myself up again in the furs, and we make our way.
I guess I lead everybody back up.
Yep, you get back up, no problem. At this point, it's evening. The storm has subsided. It has completely passed over. It's cold, but it's not that, the way it was.
We're not gonna turn into popsicles.
Yeah.
Not right now, anyway. But
Unlike our pork-eating animals.
Unfortunately,
They're
we don't have beasts of burden anymore. I actually look out, and it's actually me for the first time actually looking out at these frozen corpses of the woolly tapirs. There's actually like my good eye is actually kind of wide at the sight of it. Just I actually almost can't help but sort of like poke it at the frost-burnt meat, essentially, that they've now become. This is actually quite scary to me. It's
But you can rest for the evening if you wish, or if you wish to, whatever it is you want to do, you will.
I need to rest. I need to lick my wounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's rest then and move on in the morning, or move on when.
So in the interest of time, I'm going to say, Michael, you succeed your conditioning roll.
Okay.
To regain some health gauge back. And the morning arrives, and it's clear. The storm having completely passed, snow drifts and have changed the landscape. But you see now in the clear skies, you are just upon the edge. The end of Nifland is in sight. You wake up and you feel almost like a reverberation through your bones, Wasili. Whatever is contained within that this item that Mool has granted you is drums with power, yearning to be released once again.
All right. Well, I mean, I would definitely be the last person to wake up. So,
That's fine.
I mean, so like I get up and I like feel this power flowing through me. At first, I think it's just like like Marta's got like her arm over me or something like that, and then I feel it, and I wake up and I'm like, yes. Mool's gift is granting us strength. Come, we must go now. We must go. We must eat, and we shall leave. We shall find our quarry. Yes?
Yes.
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 So,
Come, too much rest. I am restless for blood of trolls to test myself.
Yes.
Yes, this is good.
Let's just go kill it.
And as the ogre comes out of the cave in the morning, he lets out a battle cry into the heavens.
I don't release such a sound because I'm saving my energy, and talking and shouting releases energy and thus makes me cold. So.
of course, as everything does.
Everything about this place is cold. I can't wait until I finally redeem myself so I can go back to swamplands.
But thankfully for you, you see the edge. You see green. You see something other than white. Finally, and surely heat must follow. And as you make your way on foot, but thankfully so close to the edge, not a huge issue, and the skies are clear and the winds don't blow. As you leave the icy grip of Nifland, you look upon the outskirts of the Whispering Woods. for that's what it must be. A massive forest of multicolored leaves. Seems to be in various stages of spring and autumn and summer, all rolled into one. And as you make your way inside, you notice, Wasili, the petrified nature of that wood begins to go away, as if returning back to life, or as if this item is sort of reliving the time reverse that you experienced through your ritual. The cracks are slowly closing. This isn't happening like before your eyes, but like over the course of minutes and over the course of hours, cracks seal. The wood less bleached, brown, and eventually a tinge of green, the green of living wood, coming back to this thing, this mystical item. And you and only you, given your connection to mysticism, you can fully feel, the sort of almost fully awakened potence of this thing. And you can feel its reverberations. It's almost as if bouncing off the trees, echoing through the roots and the branches, giving the term, this wood's name is the Whispering Wood, a sort of eerie truth to it. As if these old plants are speaking to each other in some way, as if this thing is coming home. And you venture deeper within. And you find yourself amidst a sort of a natural grove, a clearing. But you actually feel, you can see this sort of, this object reverberate and shake and almost convulse in a way. And something's going to happen if you can try to do something. I don't know if you want to... well, why don't you roll an occult or a theology roll?
Alright, well then I will go with theology, because...
You're better at it.
And it's gotta have something to do with Mole, right?
Yeah,
Of course.
Theology is enlightenment, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that is a 10.
You're not sure. The power, it must be being released from whatever isn't. That's what you can sort of surmise. Whatever spiritual force, power, or entity that was contained within here for whatever purpose, now that it has been removed, taken from that old, forgotten place, from whatever hiding place it was within, now back above ground and in a land that isn't frozen and dead. It is being sort of released. And as you reach that realization, the thing shakes so much that you lose your grip on it as this thing clatters to the forest floor, rustling in the leaves, almost resembling like a serpent for a moment, the way it moves and shakes. You feel the rumble of the leaves and the trees and the earth all around you, as if the entire woods is joining in this chorus of tree-ish chant. Before you see the sky itself, like cellophane, warp and shift and twist in on itself, and from that sprig of wood, it begins to grow before your eyes. A sapling, a tree, a mighty, ancient oak tree coming to being in a matter of mere moments, and you're almost stunned. You see it. You see all this happen. No sound but for that roaring, like an earthquake, really. The rain of leaves coming down before this old, gnarled tree taking up almost the entirety of this clearing, deeply rooted into the ground, as if it had been here for 1,000,000 cycles, as if it had always been here.
This is strange. We must investigate this. Moore must have wanted us to bring it here. Come, let us look.
At this point, I've shed the furs the more we've gotten closer to heat, so I'm like fully naked and fully in my full faculties again, and my tongue's flicking like energetically, being all heated up. But after seeing this this strangeness of this tree, that's not how that works. I've never seen a tree. I've seen trees grow, but not that fast, and especially this thick and this big. I'm like overtly like cautious over this. There's something wrong here. Just some part of me feels that there's something wrong with this.
I pull both axes out to ready for an attack from something. Maybe not the tree, but something else, if anything. Because I agree with the lizard. This isn't normal. I don't care where I am. This isn't normal.
And almost as you reach that conclusion, or you all saying, well, clearly it isn't. It isn't. You saw a tree come to life. You see, you're not. You almost don't believe it. You thought it's a trick of the eye or a falling leaf reflecting the light in a different way. You see one of the knotted boles of the wood. You see the bark peel away, showing a swiveling eye. Its sclera a pale green. Iris the color of old bark. And it looks at you, Vasily. And you see another one open just below a branch. And it looks at the Sarush. And then another, and then another, and then another, until you see a collection of almost a dozen eyes opening, all surrounding this tree, all moving eerily. It's a horrific sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just yell at it. I mean, you! I do not know what you are, but I do know that your life is in the hands of Mul. Give thanks to him. Come now. Give your praise to the God of Caves. He has liberated you through our hands.
And you feel before you hear, as if the sound is coming from deep, miles below the earth, from the roots, the very tips of the ancient roots of this thing. A language none of you speak, and it's weird because it's so alien, but you can feel and sense all these eyes narrowing at you, even though they really don't. But you pick that up anyway.
Well, I'm just gonna take it that it was praising Mool, so I'm just gonna like walk over there and like I'm gonna try to anoint it with some of my blood.
Okay.
Every.
I don't know what I was saying. I think.
I don't know what it's saying either, but it this has gone from strange to weird to I just don't know what it is. There's something like I don't know instincts at this point. There's something this is all wrong. Everything about this is wrong.
As you approach this thing, make a defense roll, Vasily. As you approach to.
Come on. Alright.
Defense
I was
roll.
just being friendly.
Of course you were.
This 14.
14. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Ah.
Oh, okay. So you got 14.
Yes.
That's fine too. So, as you approach, one of the roots of this thing whip up as if it were, a rope and not like a, wood. Flinging up from the dead leaves, trying to like trip you and knock you off your feet. And you see the whole tree begin to move, scuttling about, slithering about on its roots. And you see the boughs begin to move almost with purpose, not from wind, as if this is a living entity and some purpose through these movements, gesticulations and gestures in an alien form. Why don't we give reaction rolls because something's about to happen?
Oh, yes, it is.
So it did not trip me, right?
No, you succeeded in.
I got 10.
Okay.
I'm still rolling.
Oh, dang.
Nice.
Let's see.
Neon Gee's rocking and rolling. 13 for me.
15 for me.
13, 15. Vasily?
10.
Okay, that's right, 10. And
A 31.
a 31. You tie with the troll. What's your dexterity?
Oh, I had that
It's
too.
higher than me. I'm a Noke troll.
My dexterity's. Do I do the stat rating or the?
No, he's just
you
asking
go
to see. Yeah.
Yeah, you can first. I know you have more dexterity than I do. Wow. I thought for sure I'd be going first.
So the troll, but little did they realize.
Little did they realize. Who got the 13?
Me.
Okay. So that's
I
you.
was 15.
Oh, 50. I guess 50.
Oh, I didn't roll for my bear.
Okay.
Quick.
The reaction is 2. Okay, so that is 14 for my bear.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Against all odds, you see this, Irdre, and you are up.
I'm gonna, I guess, try to.
This thing is like gigantic. It's the size of a big oak tree.
Yeah, I figured I'm probably gonna try to aim for like the roots that are moving around, not the actual trunk itself, because I don't think I'll be able to get anywhere near the trunk at this point. So I'm gonna aim for the
fire an arrow at it. Or are you gonna?
I was gonna use my axes.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure when you had said aim. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna use axes, and it's 2 attacks. I rolled so well, and then I roll that an 8 and a 1.
So an 8 plus your usual for the first axe.
Mm-hmm.
You have to beat
21.
Okay, 21. You boost a lot because I don't have a good defense. Because I'm a tree. I'm an oak troll. You boost twice.
Okay, so that would be an 8 to damage?
What's your armor surpass?
1.
Okay, so you hurl or you move forward with your axes to try and cut into this this horrific creature, and the bark is harder than any tree. And you know trees. You come from the dark forest of fear. You've lived in woods all your life. This should not be this hard. It's almost like stone. And you don't even make a scratch in the wood here.
Okay.
So that was the first attack.
Oh, I thought that was for... Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, you can go again, I'm sorry. I thought that was for both. For both your...
I'm pretty sure I missed on that one, 14.
Amazingly, with my defense of Abysmal, I actually am able to move out of the way.
It bends like a reed. How does it do that? That's not natural. Oak trees don't do that.
And it's disturbing. All of you feel the immense power radiating from this thing. This is some sort of spiritual entity for sure, as you see it move and activate its awaken its true abilities and its maneuverability, and the fact that it is not a mere plant. And with that, it is my turn.
Mm-hmm.
And as well, actually, okay. Give me one. Let me double check I'm doing this correctly. Whatever. In the interest of time, I think this makes sense. Marta, roll me a meditation mind control.
Actually, bears get like a bonus to that, or they have like a familiarity with that. Aha. Yeah, Eyes of Ahriman.
Woo!
All right. And so that is 16.
Okay. I thought I had this written down. Well, I know it's more than 4. So this I'm going to call it a troll now. That's what it is. Moves. All its eyes sort of lock on your wife, your animal familiar, and you see the branches begin to move and slowly curl as if making strange occult symbols as the boughs sway and move in a way that even in a windstorm a tree should not be able to maneuver. And your Marta, who is growling with rage, feeling that rage, ready to go fight any foe to keep you safe, Wasili, and to see any foe of Mool be rightly put down, to feast upon blood and to feel that passion and that fire. You see her eyes sort of glaze over in an instant, and you feel like a thrum, like a like a bass drop. You know, you feel it of power from this thing, and with that, like, you know, she sort of like the fight is gone completely out of her. Like she's like slumped and like almost vapid. Like not, talking about that dispassion. Any, that fervor is completely gone from her. Worse even than those woolly tapirs, who at least stamped and were not happy about their fate of being frozen. I think that's all I can. No, I take that back. You try to attack me. Make me a defense. Make me a defense roll. Idra. I don't like your axes.
Oh, wow.
I know what those are.
I know those.
I got a 9.
A 9? I got a 15.
Oh man.
I don't boost on you. Okay. So this thing, it does whatever spell it does, and you tried to use your axes. A bough of the branches comes in and rakes into you. It's how those branches end in those almost like they're very pointy ends to it. 17 damage, no armor surpass. So subtract 17 from whatever your armor rating is, and that's how much damage you take.
Where's the armor? Oh, there's the armor rating. Okay. Okay, let me redo that now.
That is my turn. Tayuri.
Tayuri was, a second ago, he was trying to sketch in the ground the eyes of this tree and just make a little artist sketch. But when he saw it animate, he suddenly realized it was a troll. He shouts, "Troll!" drawing his ogre iron, and goes flying in foam. He starts foaming at the mouth. His eyes go wild, and he launches himself towards one of the eyes, trying to stab the thing in the eyes.
Right.
So
I believe in you.
8, 19, 16.
You succeed because I have a defense of -1.
Oh wow.
I'm an oak troll.
So
I'm a tree.
one technical question.
Yes.
It says, as an advantage, I have dispatch extra. What does
This
that
is
mean?
not an extra.
Okay.
There are extras and there are like stars. There's basically like mooks and like named NPCs if you want to think about it that way. You can dispatch mooks with gusto and vigor.
Okay, but
This is clearly not a mook.
Okay. Fair enough. I did just test, and I'm raging, and I'm doing an. I'm raging. I'm going into a berserker frenzy, and I'm doing an insane warrior's attack, which gives me. I've got a +1 on strength. Does that increase the damage as well?
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So I do 17 damage.
Ooh. Any armor surpass?
1.
Well, that's unfortunate to me. You have an ogre iron, right? So you
Yeah, I mean that's not an axe, so.
Right.
Unfortunately.
It's still 17 is still enough to get in there, and as you do so, as you breach the bark of this thing, you feel that feeling, that discharge of power that coursed through you, that you all felt in the presence of the avatar of Nyjakkthi, come to life. Now, the purpose of the blessing the weapon's blessing before you. You may not know, but some of you at least would know that mundane weaponry, unless blessed or magical in some way, are incapable of harming spirits. But with the blessing and boon of Nyjakkthi's chosen warrior, you are able to strike these things, and you do damage. You dig into the wood. They are physical, but they're they still like you still can't hit them, but also their attacks don't have all the armor surpass. Because they're quasi-physical, their attacks armor affects them. I think that's true. I may be wrong, but that's how we're doing it right now.
Okay.
But it's okay because you're a-okay.
Okay, good.
Marta does nothing but sort of look lazily and sort of confusedly, slack-jawed at the troll. No, it's at minus your vigor score. You do go unconscious when you hit 0 hit points, though. So that is that. Titalsarak.
Okay, at this point, the realization of what this thing is, or at least an idea of what this thing might be, a challenge and an adversary. I see the whip go by as it knocks aside the Mihongi asunder. The ogre's rage as it screams and slams his ogre iron in, and I feel the surge, that blessing, that realization. I can touch this thing. I can eat this thing. I don't know if I...
Go for it, my friend.
It may be wood. It may be wood, but maybe, just maybe, this wood, this form of wood is nothing more but a shell to the meaty, tasty bits underneath. So I go into a feral scream, raging all the while as I leap towards it, claws outstretched. I just land in it and just start raking the shit out of it. So, flying at it in a rage. Let's see here. That is a 21. No, 20. Yeah, no, it's still 21 to the attack.
You boost 3 times.
Oh no, sorry, I forgot. I keep forgetting the fact that I have all that advantage. Make that 25.
You boost 4 times.
4 times! Yay! So that is a total of 13. No armor surpass.
No armor surpass.
No armor surpass, but 13 damage going at it.
Okay, so you rake and rake and rake and rake, and nothing gets through, and nothing gets through. I'm gonna say your claws were also blessed by Nyjakkthi,
Yeah.
But in the final moments, you're able to actually get through all the bark and actually gouge into the wood. Not doing much, but just the fury and the rage with your bare hands are able to claw away this bark from this demigod, this spirit of incalculable power, or so the stories say.
And I will eat it.
Vasily.
Alright, so this troll, it has been ingrateful for us freeing it. It rejected Mole, it attacked me, it cast a spell on my wife. Like this, like I
But you're the one that brought it here.
Yeah, I freed it. It's supposed to say thank you, not try to kill us.
Ungrateful wretch.
Yeah, mostly got gratitude. Don't forget that, guys. So like this rage is just building up inside of me, and I take my axe. It's got all the splinters and little fractures from smashing into the ice, and I smash it into the ground, and I pick up 2 of the pieces of the blade, and I slide it into my hand, pushing it further and further and further in, and put a piece into the other one, and slide it further and further and further in. And then I take the blood, and I wipe it over my face. And I say, Mool, grant me the strength to defeat this beast. Grant me the hand that threatens doom. And as I do, my hands get bigger, and my sharpened fingernails grow longer, like talons, like bear claws growing out of my hands. My hands get hairier and darker, and it's like I have like a paws, like bear paws, with opposable thumbs, and I am ready to attack this troll. But
Go for it.
that will unfortunately that's got to be a normal action, right? I mean, I just cast like a big time ritual.
What you will also gain as you call upon Mool's aid. You see, even this far in the forest, there's bits, remaining portions of melting ice and snow from Nifland, just outside the perimeter. And as you see the light scintillate from the dripping of some of the icicles, it takes you back to being in the presence of the Avatar, and you feel the power within the weapon, and perhaps now in your hand as well, if you've broken the axe. But the power in the blessing of the old uncle, Nyjakkthi, the strength of his arm to give one blow, each of you give one blow at much. If it lands, we'll have the full power of the divinity behind it, or of its blessing. Some ritual having been cast in addition to the spiritual boon you've been given. So you can choose to use that once, each of you. You can make one attack, and we'll see what happens. You can call upon the blessing of Nyjakkthi, each of you, once in this fight, and it will potentially do a massive amount of damage per the one swing ritual, or one, whatever the ritual is. One blow. And in the interest of time, I'm going to let you go anyway.
All right.
We're running low on time.
Okay. Well then, yeah, let's do it. Let's try to punch this tree in half. All right.
All right, go for it.
I'm going to use my this one blow.
All right. Well, I got total 2 ones.
All right. So
I believe.
I gotta believe.
And that's a strike. So that is 39.
So hold on. So
and
I'm gonna need a pen for this. So here's what's going to happen. Are you using the blessing of Nyjakkthi?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you embedded the shards of the axe within your hands for this thing. So I'm gonna say it makes effectively your this attack will count as axes for the purpose of against this troll,
cool.
Which it is hypersensitive. No.
I think axes just do regular damage.
Axes do regular damage. That's right. But this this attack, it will be hypersensitive too.
Sweet. Yeah, and I boost on 2s because of my ritual. So
hold on. I rolled a 2 and a 1, and I have a -1 to defense, so that's a 1. So what's your total? 30 what?
32, I believe. Yeah.
I thought it was 39.
Yeah, 13.
I thought it was 39.
10, 6, yeah, 39. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
And you rolled a 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
So roll a
So
2 and a
that's
1.
16? No. 14?
31.
I boost
By-
14
Yeah.
times?
You boost 14 times.
Just describe what you want to. This is effective. This is something of. You're not going to kill it right now, but
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
something of legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary. If you survive this, people will speak of what it is you're about to do for thousands of cycles to come. You are going to be known. You might. This may earn you, possibly depending on your efforts here. Mul definitely will take notice of you. You may earn sainthood depending on what you do here. This is incredible.
Alright, so like I feel all of this rage building within me from as we've discussed before, all the impiety of the troll, of its horrible magics, of the the betrayal of my wife, and I feel the power of Mul going through my hands, and I roar forward. Mul, guide these hands, and so I feel Nyjakkthi flowing through me. I feel that power of the tree, of the lumberjack himself, flowing into my hands as well, and my claws are even sharper, even brighter, even more. Even more deadly than they possibly could have been. And so I charge forward and I leap right at one of the open, unblinking eyes of this horrible oak troll, and I dive right into it, fingers forward, and I just try to stick my fingers in and then rip out.
Okay, so you see him do this, and it's almost as if like the power of the divine has somehow been poured into this human with matted hair, blood all over his face, and you see as you leap forward with one hand, you claw gouging deep into this, and even though you do so, you hear it's like the mighty felling of a massive axe into wood, and with the other claw, you roar like a massive Kodiak bear, and just gouge into this thing, slicing through the bark and through the wood beneath it as if it were nothing but soft meat beneath your clawed fingers. And this tree roars, but it has no mouth. It's like the yawning and the stretching and the creaking and the groaning of bark and of just the wood itself screaming in a strange way, and it reverberates through the ground and through the other trees and through the air. And you do this, and it bleeds some sort of discolored sap or something, and you see the other wound that wasn't given by you. It starts to close, but this wound can't regenerate. It can't close up. It's too deep. Whatever power has been infused into you has negated any attempts or any ability for the troll to regenerate it. So wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Oh my god.
Irdre, so you see this happen. You also sense that there is a blessing, one blessing of Nyjakkthi within each of your weapons. So you may
silent?
do as you will. Wolf Fae.
Oh, sorry. I'm overall for my little world. I'm gonna go ahead and invoke the blessing as well.
Okay.
Might as well. And that sucks.
Well, let's see.
Kudos.
I know your attack roll, and you still get it. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll start with you. We're really low on time, and I apologize for that. I know this is supposed to be a really powerful encounter, but unfortunately, time is sort of rapidly leaving us. This is what we're gonna do. You're going to succeed. Why don't you? I want each of you. We're going to go for another round. The remaining people, starting with you, Irdre. Describe what epic way in which you're going to use the blessing of Nyjakkthi to give your all into felling this mighty troll. I know it may not have seemed mighty, but I promise you it is. Just take it away. The agency is totally in your hands to defeat this mighty spirit in whichever way you choose. So we'll start with you. No mechanics. No. This is pure role playing.
I'm not very good at that.
Or just describe in whatever you want to do. Power is yours.
She runs up, dodging, kind of like the brute system, trying to get closer to the trunk. As she gets closer to the trunk, she starts to swing her axes. With one of them, she finds purpose, and then the second one, she gouges an eye.
Okay. Yeah, man. And you do that, and it drips aqueous humor and that eye gelatin that keeps the eye maintains its shape. And you rake a deep gouge out of it. Who was next on the?
It was me.
Yes, it was Cherry.
Okay, good. Yep.
Cherry goes in screaming for Mool, and he gets caught up by one of the branches of the tree and swung up into the air, out into the heights. And when he's up there in the canopy, he swings his sword and cuts through the the sort of tendril that's holding him, and just falls. And as he's falling, he drives his sword down towards the wound, the eye that's closing up and that was healing, and he calls on the blessing of Nyjakkthi and falling from the heights, he drives his sword into the eye. His sword gets ripped out of his hand and he lands heavily on the ground, pretty badly injured, but he's delivered a damaging blow to the tree himself as well.
Excellent.
Yep. To tell Serac, it is at this moment where destiny has proved itself. I screaming, I start clawing and clawing and clawing, trying to get back that moment, that little moment where I tore all the bark and found purchase again. I try to reach that pinnacle moment, and I in a brief moment I do, and that's when I let the power of Nyjakkthi surge through me. And I feel it in my fangs as I reach in and I bite, and I start biting chunks out of the bark, out of the wood, and I feel the sap drinking down as I start chewing into it. I'm burrowing into the wood like some termite or something else. I'm just fighting into it. And parts of the wood and the saps are swallowing down, and it's in that moment where I get my new name. This has happened. It's finally happened. I'm no longer Tichal Zarak. I am Mal-Isharaza, eater of trolls.
Not a name that many acquire. And as you do so, each of you bringing the fury of Mool, the fury of the rampaging Surushi horde, the blessings of the valorous Nyjakkthi. You are able to fell this creature, bringing it low and completing your quest successful in your hunt. And you will be able to return with your head held high, with especially Wasili having felt the direct presence of two divinities riding through him, guiding his hand. Divine power coursing through your veins, you still feel it, and it has changed you, and it will change you for the rest of your days. And you are now and forevermore touched and blessed by the two battle brothers, reliving that last stand in the gods' war. You yourself reliving the deeds and the heroic accomplishments of two divinities, and you will be known as an honored saint by both those who follow Mool and those who follow the Code of Valor and keep to the outskirts of Nifland, where they fell trees to honor Nyjakkthi. All will look on you and be in awe, and smile and be honored to be in your presence. For you have channeled two gods, and your faith is beyond reproach, and stronger than perhaps any man, it would seem. And with that, we will conclude this one-shot. We'll conclude this one-shot for BrigadeCon. I hope you all have enjoyed it. We ran out of time, but hopefully this gets across just the cinematic flair and flavor of Within the Ring of Fire and the Air system. It's a really great system. Check it out. Plenty of videos on YouTube talking about it. Hope you've all enjoyed at home watching. And I hope Samantha unfortunately had to go. She has a game. But Caius, I hope you enjoyed first time playing.
I did very much, yes. Thank you very much for allowing me to join you.
Hopefully we'll see you all again in BrigadeCon 2016. Take it easy.
Yep.
Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one.